Going on, Cub fans? It's Ron Loose getting you started on our watch along this evening. We've done some reshuffling over my shoulder here. You can see the helmet, a baseball, another baseball, Boog and JD. You got Patty Wise over here, and a newest edition actually. Shout out to Mr. Danny Rocket and Ranters Fest. We did something for the good cause for the Lost Boys. It's a signed bat. Pretty excited about it. By last night's hero, Mr. Mike Talkman. Patrick Wisdom also with a signature on that bat, which is pretty cool. So very excited about that edition. That'll eventually end up somewhere above me here where you can see it behind me. But until then, it's gonna sit over there. We'll grab it at some point once the guys join us. But we're here live once again with you for the watch along. It's a very early one, so understanding probably a lot of you won't be joining. It's a little bit later in the watch along, just as the rest of the boys will. No problems there. But we are actually live for the first time with the first pitch, and there is the first pitch, and we're underway from Cincinnati. Hunter Green versus Javier Assad here this evening. This is, I think, the first successful watch along where we've actually been live when the first pitch was thrown. So maybe that'll help with the juju. I know Jeremiah and some others have, been calling us out here that like, hey, you guys do these watch alongs and they're great, they're fun and all, but like they lose when you guys do the watch alongs. And we certainly want to change those fortunes here. With Talkman at the dish, I think rightfully so that he gets the start this evening after yesterday's heroics. Great hit. Obviously off of Michael Kopech too, threw him a fastball and he said, hey, you throw hard, I'm going to hit it harder back the other way. And that's exactly what happened for the walk-off win against the White Sox. Short little flight for the Cubbies. I'm sure they left last night, probably got into Cincinnati earlier this morning, got a couple hours of sleep, got over to the ballpark for this game. We are here. We are excited. As always, if you're joining us here, again, it's a little early. Drop in the comment section. Talk along with us here in this one. Speaking of talking and Mike Talkman, he pops out to Ellie De La Cruz for out number one. We want to hear from you, as always, and I'm sure we'll get some people in here a little bit later. Again, it's an early start. I know a lot of people probably just getting home from work, but we're actually live, and we're live on time for, I think, the first time ever. So hopefully that's a good sign. Maybe let's start off with talking about the lineup here, especially as we, wait for the comment section to pop off and people to start having some thoughts here. Let's get to our lineup for this evening's game. It's a good one. As we mentioned, Talkman led things off. He's playing in right field tonight. Suzuki DHing. Good to see Christopher Morel back in the lineup again. He's playing third this evening, but hitting four. Between he and Suzuki is Belly. Belly's at first base this evening. We got Ian Happ out in left field hitting five. Nico Horner's back after being ejected, which I realize is something we never talked about on last night's Cubs on Tap. Nick and I realized that after we ended the stream. We are going to talk about that here tonight, about his ejection on balls and strikes calls. Dansby's obviously at the Keystone spot there at short and hitting seven. PCA's out in center, and Miggy's doing the catching behind the plate for Mr. Javier Assman. Ooh, Suzuki. Oh, he lost it in the sun. Where is it? Oh. We love the sun. We love the sun. Saya with a nice little double there. But it looks like, left fielder. He just lost it. Absolutely just lost it. Just from the jump, too. He's like, I can't see it. And it ended up falling. I mean, it would have probably been a pretty routine fly ball out, is my guess. That sun looks wicked out there in left field. Hopefully Ian's ready for that, because it's going to be at least an hour probably till that disappears. But, I think we have the same umpire crew as the Cubs did yesterday, because this is the first strike call on Bellinger. But happy we got to do another one of these. Coming to you a little abnormally this week. Normally we're Tuesday, Wednesday. Going up on a thirsty Thursday. We're gonna hashtag pop them tonight, because decided it was a good night for some wine. On this beautiful Thursday evening. a gorgeous day in the Chicagoland area, as always. And even better for everything else. Jackson Wiggins making his debut today. Got his first K, up to 97 on the fastball. Wiggins, for those that don't know who Jackson Wiggins is, he was the second round pick by the Cubs in this past amateur draft in 2023. Didn't pitch at all last year because of some injuries, but debuting now here in June at the Myrtle Beach, so low A level, as Bellinger goes down swinging. But things you love to see. Good you love to see there. Cubs Central 08, that is Todd on X with the highlight to help there. See, we actually properly credited somebody for once, folks. This is good because I actually have it in front of me and I'm not trying to recall it from memory. But we wanted to switch things up tonight. You know, we got the headband going. If things continue to be bad, we might grab the batting helmet behind me again and wear that just like we did last time. And we have ourselves my guy. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
Hello. That was a very adamant hello.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm okay.
Yeah, just okay. What's going on?
No, I'm just tired.
No, I feel it's the end of the week. It's the end of the week. I think everybody's kind of in the same position. And we're getting started early on this one, man. We actually got started on time. We were live by the time of the first pitch. I think that's the first time ever. So that might be good fortunes for us tonight, Juice. We might actually see a win for the first time since.
It'd be nice if Morel would get a hit here, but
it would be nice. What did you think about that play there? Say a double that Sun.
Did not get a chance. I was firing everything up, coming in the house.
Oh,
so
I got you. Yeah, the ball went up into the sun. It fell like near the left field line, but literally the left fielder was going like this, and then he went. Like, I don't see it. I don't know where it went. So
we're due for a little bit of that luck, though.
They need some baseball gods luck. They haven't had a lot of it, like you said. Have not.
No, they haven't. They've been a really unlucky crew, but maybe that's changing.
Maybe. No better day than today for that fortune to change, right? Oh, here he is. The man.
Yeah, if you really want to have people on at the plate with runners on today, or in Cincinnati at all, Ian Happ is the guy. Yeah, I mean, 30 home runs career against the Reds. They just showed it on the. He's made a whole career against the Reds.
Sure has. Them and the Pirates.
Wine tonight, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was scouring through the fridge. I'm down to like one beer left in the old fridge, and wasn't totally whiskey tonight.
Hit it so hard.
Oh, he did hit it so hard. That would have been right down the line too.
That's okay.
Well, good first inning though. They got some contact off of Green. Things you love to see.
He didn't pitch very well the last time out, if I remember correctly.
No, that was the rain game. He and Steele both kind of got beat up a little bit. I think it was mostly the conditions for both of them, but I don't think Green's ERA is all that impressive this year. Let me do some quick number checks here. Obviously, it's gone down after that first inning, but not by a terrible amount by any means. Let's see. ERA for Mr. Hunter Green, 3.39. That's respectable. That's actually quite good.
Yeah, I was just saying. I remember seeing his last outing. I think he gave up 5 earned.
I think it was 5 earned. Yeah. I think they got him for all 5.
Yeah,
prior to the Dansby, the Nico
grand
single.
slam, and then the Nico single.
Yeah. And then the Dansby 2-run bomb was off one of their relievers. I couldn't tell you who, but
it's packed.
At South Bend Cubbies?
Yes, they're home tonight. So
love that.
It was fun to get into the parking lot. I'll say that.
I'm sure.
So you're coming back. Are we
gonna get some juice correspondence from Four Winds Field tonight?
Not tonight.
Okay.
But maybe tomorrow. Is anybody else joining the stream? Is it just us?
Nick is going to be joining us in a little bit. He confirmed that with me last night, so he will be on for sure.
Then Joey. what I'll do is when Nick gets here, me and the lady will walk into the game and then throw it up on the stream from here.
I love that. I love that. Can we get in trouble? Are you going to stream the game or just stream yourself?
I'm going to stream myself at the game.
Oh yeah, then that works.
So I don't think that they'll be.
We'll just need to know what's going on. Who's pitching tonight for the old SB Cubs?
Don't know. It's been a while since I've checked the website.
Doing some Google work right now here for you. I got you. Jefferson Rojas is at the dish right now.
Drew Gray, maybe?
Might be Drew Gray. That's the Whitecaps. I don't care about the Whitecaps. No, tonight looks like it is. Just want to make sure I get the name right. It is Will Sanders tonight.
That's a good comment in here.
Oh, we got a comment?
Double dog dare you. FBI.
Scream it, I dare ya. Copyright police. MILB TV will be coming after us.
Yeah, but can
Will
they?
Sanders. I mean, if you were to broadcast a physical game, potentially.
Even my view?
Yes. I think so.
That's wild.
I think so. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure how that works, to be brutally honest with you.
I would imagine, too, that you're way less likely to get yelled at by minor league baseball than
100%. I think as long as you're not doing the whole game, but if you turned it around for a few seconds or a few minutes, I don't think anything.
No.
That being said, though, I need to get down to 4 wins, man. I'm going to have to take a trip out to Thea one of these days.
It's a good trip, man. They every homestand has a new featured food.
Really?
Which is kind of cool.
Exciting.
Yeah, they do like a chef creation every time.
That's awesome.
This year they featured smash burgers for the first time.
Oh, yum.
Kind of good.
I
got one on the first night. The line was long.
Oh, I'm sure that was a hot one.
Yeah, see, and this is the thing too, like Matt drops in here, we really don't make any money off of it.
Yeah, we really don't. Our streams don't make us a ton of money for the YouTube.
No.
Fun fact, actually, our clips do, though. Like our longer extended.
Yeah,
clips.
you would just make sure that Brian or you didn't clip it.
Yeah. We wouldn't clip that. Because then
OnTap needs a lawyer. I need to know what I can do and not do.
what we can legally do and not get yelled at. Yeah, that's fair. That's brutally fair. I'm checking out.
Yeah, the lady and I, we had a day today. We took the trip up to shameless plug, Stover's Farm in Bering Springs, Michigan. They do you pick, so you can pick your own strawberries.
Ooh.
So we did that. I love strawberries, one of my favorites. What else did we do? We went to New Buffalo, went to Stray Dog.
Good. Yes, I love that place.
Yeah. We sat up on the top of and then walked through that little farmer's market, went to all the shops, and then came back. It was a fun day.
Nice.
Good day.
We love to hear it.
Oh, went to church's the church brewing too. That's up there. What's the?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
The brewery that's like in a church.
It's right down the street from the Stray Dog. It's like it's at the end of that main street. You go across, and it's like right there. Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I should know. I
can't recall
where we went.
Fake ball
like church.
The Cubs game is on. I know, Coach. We're doing our live watch along with it. I got it up on the TV next to me as this juice. We're here just to provide some extra entertainment, and have some fun with it. He also says, you got to get you a Cougar headband. We do need to get I need a Cougar headband. I need a big SXU one, like one of these. I'd rock the shit out of it. Let's do it.
That's right. Yeah, you would.
I would. Yeah, these were the new edition, Juice. I scooped these last Friday when I was at we stopped into the new Rally House that they built right across from Wrigley. That was a bad idea for Ron Lewis because I wanted everything in that store.
They got those all over. There's one in Indiana here too that
they're popping
nothing
up.
but Notre Dame stuff.
They're popping up everywhere, man, around the Chicagoland area. But I got 2 headbands. I got this one. I think this one's pretty cool. And then naturally, you got to get the W headband.
People are really coming at you for your headband.
Head looks more strange than the Nacho helmet. Because I have a really big head, Rickus. That's why I have a humongous dome. So for people that are familiar with like fitted hat sizes, I wear a 7 3/4. I have a pretty big head.
Also, Matthew from earlier. I worked at DirecTV during the Super Bowl, going into bars who didn't pay for the correct plan to show games on multiple TVs.
Oh,
that had to be fun.
Yeah, that probably.
I would enjoy like pay me my money.
Yeah, you gotta pay us.
Pay me my money.
The Nacho helmet hid how big my head is. Well, yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. The only problem with the Nacho helmet is it has no ventilation, so it's very hot.
You got to drill some holes in that.
I do got to drill some holes in it. It does fit oddly well, though. If we're being like brutally honest here, it
fits like the Cubs version of Bob the Builder with a beard.
Oh shit, that's a fantastic comment.
Ron the Builder.
Can we fix it?
Can he drink it? Ron the drinker.
Yes, he can. Comedy.
Extra base hits would be nice here.
They would be. We got one already, I gotta say. It would be nice to get a couple more. Big ball coach, red wine, Coach D would be proud. Indeed, the Paisan would be proud, Coach. He would be proud. RIP to the absolute legend, Coach D'Ambrosio. Yeah,
here we go. Yeah, the headband just makes your head seem long. The helmet shows it's real size.
Yeah, it's the hair. That's the problem. So I have very thick hair. That's the problem. It makes my hair look ridiculous is the real issue.
I don't think your hair looks ridiculous.
Well, it's all
you got a good head.
It's not gelled and thank you. Hey, well, some days I gel it. So like when I gel it, it looks a lot more tamed. But when I don't gel it, I do.
You gelling? Like Dr. Schultz.
You gelling?
Remember that commercial?
I do remember that commercial very vividly. Very vividly. But yeah. Yeah. It's the headband that makes my head look big. That's fair. It does make it look longer though. No, he's got it. This one's a little more manageable. It wasn't like in the heart of the sun. Yeah. Juice, do you like my new addition back there that I got?
Yeah. Well, you got you got stuffs.
Well, so all this was here, but I moved it over.
Yeah, like
it can actually be seen. So it's like
is that the picture with Gramps?
It is the picture with Gramps.
I thought so. I've seen that. I've seen that a couple of times.
Yeah, right outside Wrigley. Little 8-year-old Ron Luce. Yeah, that one's up here. I got the Quad City helmets up here. The Pat Hughes baseball. You were with me when we got those at CubsCon. And then just a couple bobbleheads. Not everything, obviously, from the parents' house, but some of the stuff. I got this today, though. This was from Ranchers Fest for the Lost Boys. I bid on it. I comedically bid on it a second time and then ended up winning it. It is Mike Talkman and Patrick Wisdom.
2 guys who homered
in the White Sox
series. In the White Sox series.
Yeah, I really wanted it for the Talkman homer or the Talkman autograph. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. It's just kind of cool that it comes with a second one. But so fun fact, this was actually donated by one of our fellow left field bleacherins. So it's just kind of getting passed around amongst the fan base of the left field bleacher people. So pretty cool. But yeah,
who donated that?
I would have to ask Danny again. I think it was might have been Luis actually, who sits right by Mike.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So Danny was nice enough to come drop that off today to me. So we add it to the collection now. Brandon B. Oh man, a watch along. Hey, we actually started on time tonight, Brandon. So I'm hoping that changes the energy of the watch along here. I really am. Like I'm really hoping.
Aren't we like 0-4 on watch alongs?
No, we have one win, which was the Mets game with the controversial play at the plate.
All right, so we should be 0-4.
We should be 0-4. We might be 1-4 though. I don't know how many watch alongs we've done. I think that's the problem.
I think we've done like 4.
I'm gonna do some quick math in here. So this is, let's see here. Our first one was on 5-1 was our first one. So that was number one. So 2, 3, 4. This is our fifth one. So we're 1-4. We're 1-4 on Cubs watch.
Which terrible. We should be 0-5. Realistically, the one win we have. Yeah, and of course now Green is just gonna shit on us here.
Brandon says these are never good luck, and my wife got in a car accident today. Well, hopefully she is okay. That is the most important thing in life. The Cubs game is far less important, sir. So he says he's going to bed. Hey, man, I respect that. That's a long day. Rest. Yeah, definitely. And again, well wishes. Hopefully your wife is okay, because that is terrifying.
Speaking of Rally House, just dropping a commercial right on the television.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Like, thank you, Ronald, for all of your expenditures. We now have.
I didn't spend that much. The only thing I bought were the headbands.
Still, I mean, I'm sure that they're not cheap.
No, they're not cheap. They were still like $15 a piece. So neither here nor there. Morale vibe for a dinger. Rickus says he's 0-3 with us. He wasn't here for the first two. Can you guys literally do a watch party? He's in Knoxville and blocked out by Manfred. I would love to do that.
Yeah, but we can't put it on the stream.
Yeah, we can't. Well, that's not entirely true, Juice. So fun fact, there's something. He says she's okay. The car, not so much.
Oh, good.
I know it's a huge financial expense, but the car is replaceable. Your wife is not. So glad to hear that. That really makes me happy. But back to Brandon's comment here about the watch party. So we do have something that we're going to start testing out here soon this summer, and we do want to test it out with baseball. We have a partnership affiliation account with a group called Playback TV. And what they do, they have the media licenses to all the major sports organizations.
So that through that platform, you can essentially go and do.
And we can, but we do watch-alongs where we're the commentary, and it's just
the game.
So we could play-by-play it and have fun with it that way. We could just do a general one of these. We could do that. The only thing it would require is people signing up for Playback TV. It's completely free. It's just another account. Or I think we can do this, and we're going to test this at some point. I think we can actually stream the Playback TV through StreamYard, and it would show up here on YouTube just as it does right now. So if that's the case, that's what our goal is eventually. Obviously, we wouldn't be able to monetize those if they're on YouTube, but that's not a huge deal by any stretch of imagination. But that's a goal. That is actually a goal, Brandon. So I will say that we are attempting to do that. He's asking tonight. Unfortunately, we can't do it tonight. We just wouldn't be able to get the stream up in time. By the time it wouldn't work out, unfortunately. But definitely in the future.
We'll put it in the.
He says we can't screen share. No, we can't screen share. We actually might get copyrighted.
Not through here.
We can't do that unless we're doing it through Playback TV. Because if we do it through Playback TV, they have the licensing rights. So even if it does come to YouTube, we wouldn't monetize it, which is not a big deal. It just wouldn't. We wouldn't be able to, or then we would be able to do it without getting copyrighted. If we did it right now, we would get copyrighted and potentially get banned, and then we would never be able to do these ever again, unfortunately.
What would be pretty cool too is having challenges during that while these games are going on. You're not really seeing Len and not Len. See, I only want Len and JD because we just left Len in the last series. Boog and JD are not eating hot dogs, doing the 999 or 99999.
I thought about doing the 99999 tonight, or at least a 999 where I replace hot dogs with shots and it's just exclusively drinking. But I didn't have 9 beers, so we couldn't do it.
I like when we do the just watch along, hang out, talk about things a little longer.
Yeah, they're a great time. What did you think about Nico getting thrown out? Because Nick and I realized that we didn't touch on that on last night's show. We just didn't talk about it. And we realized it after the fact. So what were your thoughts on watching Nico get tossed?
I mean, he was due for one of those. I mean, that's his first one.
Yep.
So, yeah, you're going to play in the big leagues in a long time. I commend anybody who goes through their whole career and doesn't get thrown out, because baseball is extremely frustrating. It's a tough, and obviously, like, we realized he didn't deserve it. Like, Victor Carapazza was awful all game, both sides.
Yeah, he was atrocious.
But yeah, it's just and Brandon, it's soft. Like, it was just soft throw. I thought that Council was gonna come out and get thrown out later in that game too. But Victor Carapazza is just awful.
Yeah, he was bad. The one that he rung up Bush on.
That's a great play by Assad to get it
was
out there.
Horrendous. Yeah, that was a nice play. That's a big out. Hurtubis? How do you say that guy's last name? That's a hard last name to say. But yeah, quickly, Brandon B, if you're still hanging in here, shoot me a DM on X. I got something for you.
Darren, I think he was butting for a hit there. I don't think he meant to sack. He's got some speed.
Some wheels. Yeah, because that's a bunt that if it gets past the sod, it's a hit.
I think that's one of those win-win too, because I think India has kind of killed the Cubs in his career, even though he's sitting at the bottom of the lineup here.
Yeah, I think he had a good weekend against them at Wrigley.
Yeah,
for sure. So
I think he kind of had to. Ricky is. I get that too. I don't like when pitchers use the pitching hand either. But I think, like, to beat the runner, if he gloves it, and the transfer maybe makes that play closer. That was a strike last night on the Victor Carapazza. Oh, I got you, Darren. Only got it on the game day. Yeah, no. They just got a button for a hit there. It looked like it was just a good pitch by Assad. Maybe he got that sinker to maybe run in more.
He got that sinker to sank.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you see those like little flares, and it's such a big ballpark by like Great American.
Until you see the other side of it. Yeah, then you're just like, oh boy.
And two, it feels like the Cubs have been at the victim of a lot of soft contact for runs over the course of the past. Yeah. But hey, they're 3-1 in June. So
yeah. Brandon, I got your X request. I just sent you a message. So we'll handle that off screen. What does it say from Rickest here? He's a pro, should be able to field that, to be fair. And honestly, I'd rather give up the one hit there than break a finger and be gone for months. Yeah, but then you just get to see another pitcher in the rotation, because the Cubs are actually the one position they're actually deep at nowadays, feels like the start.
Although I'd hate to lose Stod, but
yeah, no, understood and agreed.
I think sometimes too we like overestimate like fielding a bunt on exit velocity opposed to a grounder. I'm sure it doesn't tickle, but I don't know. We'll see.
I get it.
Tickle. I'd rather him glove it too, but
yeah,
it looked like he was all right after.
Yeah, it must not have been a very hard hit by any stretch of imagination.
No.
Juice, seeing this for the first time.
Luck. Ricky is right about that. We've had bad injury Cub luck, so
that's true. Did you see that catcher Austin Wells wears a do-rag every time he catches Stroman, because Stroman wears a do-rag?
Sounds about right.
That's awesome. I love that so much. I'm such a fan of that. That's some top tier like pitcher catcher shit right there.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you, Ricky. I'm with you.
How many times I've seen some crazy crap happen? Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean,
Sammy Sosa sneezed and was out for a couple months, too.
Brandon Morrow
That's
fucking hurt his back putting on a pair of pants and never pitched again for the Cubs.
Was it Hector Hector Rondon that cut himself with a knife, or was it
Jose Quintana?
Ellsworth? That's right.
No, Quintana was doing dishes and he cut his hand while he was doing dishes because the glass broke. Yeah, there's some weird shit.
We can go back and have a lot of funny Cub injuries, I'm sure. Ones I'm forgetting too. Nice to see Amaya hit a baseball. Somewhat hard. Joey and I were just talking about his swing speed last night.
Yeah.
And Amaya, for some reason, on Baseball Savant, does not qualify for swing speed.
Really?
We were trying to figure out why.
Maybe not enough at bats?
He's got to have enough, right?
Well, is it career or is it just season?
No, season. Season doesn't. He doesn't qualify for.
Maybe he doesn't have enough at bats.
He should tag, but it's the catcher, so.
Yeah,
anybody else first he tags on that. Yeah, Mark Pryor.
Yeah.
Yes. Pretty sure he caught Kerry Wood a couple times. That was early 90s. No.
Late 90s?
Late 9. There's a couple of them who used to do that.
Mm-hmm. There's been a couple of Cubs catchers that would paint their nails. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we like that.
Oh, we do like that. Oh, we do like that.
You know what's ridiculous about that, though? I had my pick in prior to Joey, and I'm just a nice guy who let him have Seiya Suzuki.
So the only reason I asked, because like on my phone, Joey's came in before yours.
No,
on my phone. True. I'm just letting you know what it is.
I just think it's kind of ridiculous.
You should have told me that. Then I would have awarded you.
I know.
I would have awarded you it if you would have.
I just don't want any Twitter. You kind of lost the lead. Juice lost the lead now.
I was
no. I know you were. I know you were. But it's kind of ridiculous.
Dude, the Cubs have been cold since you've been cold. Like we need Juice to get going just for the Cubs to get going.
See, I thought that more or less this was a competition between us and Dingers and not ourselves.
Well,
I thought this was both. Like total number.
It is. It's both. It's both. So like it's seeing who the highest, scorer in total is.
Which we need you guys to participate a little bit. Yeah, we got me and Joey
working on it. I know we're working on it. We're working on
now
it.
Now Joey at 13.
Now Joey at 13. Joey's been on a little bit of a hot streak. Joey came charging here in the month of late May and early June. You know what's happening? Joey's been hot while the Cubs have sucked.
Which I was saying this to our friend of the bleachers, Mr. John Brooks. I think his run is more impressive than mine was. Although I did have just a hell of a blazing start where I had like 11.
You did have a hell of a blazing start.
In the first like 2 weeks. 3 weeks.
We love that.
I've just spammed Morel for like the last 2 weeks. Have you noticed that?
I know. I have noticed that. And that was like the one time you didn't pick him and he homered.
Yeah. Like, and that was the one time too that I was on the golf course and I couldn't spam him again. So, and then I'm nice to Joey.
Bad
and I give him Seiya Suzuki, even though I should have fought harder for it.
You should have. You should have been like, Ron, it was first on my phone. Because I would have told everybody, send screenshots of whoever had it first and whoever's came through first. Because it was only based on what it came through on my phone. That's why I
know,
asked.
But I was nice.
So that's
I was nice.
Ricketts says, "OMG, bad call."
Yeah, that's a terrible strike 3 call.
Oh, yeah, that is. He's had a couple of them so far.
And it's good. I don't want him swinging at that.
No, yeah. I mean, it's not his fault that the umpire makes a terrible fucking play or a terrible fucking call. Pardon my mix up.
Yeah, I think, sorry, Ricky's. I think that we're gonna get the test of robot umps a lot quicker than we think now. After this year, been a lot of controversy over some really badly called games.
Yeah,
and I think we're going to get those quicker, sooner than we think. I look at what's going on in baseball, and it doesn't make a lot of sense either to not just get it right all the time.
Mm-hmm. Why leave it to the chance of them screwing up?
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'm not a fan of that. I mean, I like playing tennis when I'm not like 7,000 pounds, it feels like right now. But I like when I watch tennis, I don't feel like it takes away that they have like the Hawkeye, whatever they call it.
That system's fantastic. And same as VAR with soccer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. VAR's the same way.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it takes away from.
No.
And it's not like if there's robot umpires that there's not still umpires, because you're still going to have.
It just means if it's a really bad call, you can
Well, they're doing that already. That's the fun challenge.
In
the minor leagues right now. That's not here though. I wish it was here.
So what would it be? It would just overrule the umpire? Is that what you're insisting?
It's a quick tap on the helmet. They go and they look, and
right.
You can challenge it, and it overrules it, and then the batter gets back on the box.
So you're saying that rule to the major leagues, or are you saying, because you were saying, right, if we have robot umps but have umpires, like, or would you be for just if it's an egregious call, the system just overrules the umpire?
No, have them do robot ball strike, and then old school on the bases. And still have challenges for the bases.
So would you still? But you'd still have to have an umpire by home plate to make the call if there's a play at the plate.
Well, right? Yeah. I mean, essentially yes, but
okay. I'm just ironing out through your.
No. I
want to get a full feel for the juice experience.
Now you're ahead of me.
No, I'm not.
Why'd you
Because I thought you uh-oh'd.
No.
Because so Juice on the feed, you're like you're talking, and your actual voice, your like mouth moving is delayed. So like
not good.
Your reaction, I thought it was you reacting to the game. So that's why I tripped out, and it made me think otherwise. It only happens like time to time. It's not all the time, but it's just like here and there. That one tripped me out. Darren says he's old school. He thinks, but he still thinks the robot strike ball makes too much sense. Rickus, yeah, they have the challenge, buzz the ump every call, testing both. He thinks the challenge way is half-assing it, and he says if you're going to do it to get every call right, not just the ones that randomly decide are special. And that's a fair point, right? Like the batter makes the judgment of whether they want to challenge it or not. So it's like, why wouldn't you just do it all the time then if you're going to do that? So I don't hate that idea.
This is a good conversation too. How many ejections would be even in baseball anymore?
That's a fair point, because you really can't argue balls and strikes anymore, and that's 90% of what gets guys thrown out.
And then also too, like if you don't agree with the call, you can still challenge now,
right,
on the bases. So it's like, what would you even get?
What would you argue? Yeah.
Obviously like throwing at players. Like if you were, there would still be.
Yeah. There would have to be some
like
discretionary there.
I mean.
Yeah. Ejections would go way down.
Most ejections are balls and strikes, right? Like
100%. Yeah. 100%. I would say probably more than 90. Like 90 was being generous. I'd say probably at least 95%.
God damn it.
I mean, some of the fuck.
And I was just about to say that I feel like the Cubs do a pretty good job of handling Ellie De La Cruz over the course of his.
I mean, they have.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be like that forever because he's a good baseball player, but
yeah,
legal substance on the ball. That's a good call.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say they would still need somebody behind the plate. He's just not calling balls and strikes. He's there to give a new ball. He's there to play at the plate. Like that's all it would be. I'd be really boring for that that umpire. But
I agree with this, Ricky's, but they would still have the ability to challenge, and that's why I think unless New York screws it up and then you get run by the result,
right? I was gonna say because think about it, before challenges were available, that was a thing that guys would get tossed for bad calls on the base paths. But now look at now what happened. But based on the challenge method, that has largely died in baseball, where guys are getting thrown out because they're arguing that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. It's interesting to contemplate. Interesting to contemplate, to say the least. 160 games. He has 67 stolen bases since he debuted last year.
Yeah, he's
26 doubles, 23 homers. Yeah. Kind of a good player. And he's only 22? He's super young.
Yeah, he's
What team is he going to look really good in their colors when he's in his prime because the Reds won't pay him?
It's funny how that works, right? I was just thinking that same thing. San Diego.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just like when you joked when Skeens was killing the Cubs, he's gonna look great in Cubby Blue in 2030 when he's a free agent because the Pirates don't pay him. Unless they convinced him to do buy out your Arbiers contract. But I don't think he would do that.
He ain't gonna do that. Man, that ball just keeps going.
Yeah, that ball dangerously just kept going. Spencer,
that's just such. And that ballpark is just such a hitter's park. It's crazy.
Yeah. You know what I saw today when we're on the topic of ballparks?
What's that?
I saw something today about Progressive Field that they had shipping containers that were up high in their stanchions in right field that they removed before this season because they used to deflect the wind back off the lake. It used to deflect the wind back, so the wind wasn't as much of a factor. But they took them out and they said home runs are up at an abnormal historical rate.
I saw the number. So the average number of home runs in a game there was 1.3. It was 1.3, and now it's 2. It's 2.67.
Right? Yeah,
or something like that.
Almost a homer and a half per game more. Yeah, and they think because they even said, I saw in the video today, it said that this one guy, I don't remember who it was, hit a home run that only left the bat at 89 miles per hour. They said in the StatCast era, it was the softest home run that's been hit in baseball.
Really?
Yeah, because the wind just carries it to that right field. That's fascinating. And you know what makes it even more fascinating? Look at the number of left-handed hitters that Cleveland has.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
It's interesting. I mean, and you can't really fault them for it. It's just the nature of their ballpark. It's where they play. Wrigley's the same way with the wind. Maybe not to that same extreme, but Wrigley's that way with the wind.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of the beast.
I'd have to see too, what the stats are on how much it blows out there in comparison
to Wrigley. Yeah,
blowing
a whole lot more. If they had shipping containers up there to help block the wind because it was that substantial, I feel it's more so than Wrigley. But you get those days at Wrigley. Remember that Diamondbacks game a few years ago, 2022, when it was super windy in Chicagoland. It was a cloudy, overcast day in early June. It was every pop out was a fucking home run that day. The final score was 13-10. It was stupid, but it was awesome. It was fun to watch.
Real quick, Ron, there's some fireworks going on, so that means somebody hit a home run around here in South Bend.
Let's go live to the game feed here and get an update real quick. Here it is. Jonathan Long
goes
6th
long.
home run. Goes long. Jefferson Rojas was on base, so 2-run shot. Makes it 3-0 South Bend Cubbies. Things you love to see. They're
little fun baseball sports follow on TikTok, and I'm going to start reading all of his literature and all of his books. Did not know Jeff Perlman. You ever heard of Jeff Perlman? Seen any of his stuff on Twitter?
Sure,
he's a former writer, former ESPN columnist. Okay. Has a lot of awesome baseball stories.
Oh, I'm sure.
Was talking to he actually too wrote a book.
Perlman.
Jeff Perlman. Mm-hmm.
Pearlman. Jeff Perlman.
Yeah.
New York Times bestselling author.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Great follow. A lot of great stories. Wrote a book about Walter Payton. Wrote a couple books about a couple baseball teams. I think he wrote a book about the Mets in the 80s.
Okay.
It's a fun one too. He's a great sports follow. He's got a lot of great stories about just being in locker rooms, seeing, certain players out. He has a story about Allen Iverson, about how he went like a couple weeks trying to get Allen Iverson for an interview, and he blew him off. And then, prior to like writing a story about Allen, after he couldn't get him like at all for a story, Allen called him on the phone and was just fantastic. After he pretty much went to the Sixers owner and was like, I can't get him.
Yeah, like
the
I
Sixers
tried.
Owner kind of kept him in line. Yeah. A couple stories about Walter Payton. I didn't know that Walter Payton used to take his and he said this, used to take the pads out of his shoes.
Really?
Yeah. So he could feel the ground when he runs.
That's interesting. But I can see that though. Like I can totally see that. It's the same idea with like people that golf barefooted. It's the same idea.
Yeah. I don't know if I could. I don't think I've ever and you know me, I played a lot of golf. I don't think I've ever golfed barefoot.
I've never taken my shoes off on a golf course before. Unless I'm at my car changing my shoes. That's it.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Wait, is Nico about to get tossed again?
They're saying it hit the nub of the bat, but Nico thinks it hit him. Now counsel's going to review.
Yeah. He's like, it hit me. You can read his lips. He's like, it hit me. Oh, that definitely hit him. That had to have hit him. How did that not hit? Like, it might have hit the bat, too, but that definitely hit him.
Yeah, hit his hand first.
Oh, yeah.
That's that 100% second view, too.
Like, you don't grimace like that if it doesn't hit you.
No, and he didn't swing either. Not that they can review that anyway.
No baseball player is that good of an actor in the heat of competition like that.
Yeah, that's a quick review.
It's got to be. It'd be tragic if this isn't a freaking hit by pitch. Literally tragic.
He's on first, I think. That's a quick review.
That was a quick review. Now what the hell's going on? Oh, it definitely hit him. Oh my God, definitely hit him. That was the best.
Ricky, I'm with you, dude. Like, it's clear as day. If we can see it, like.
Yeah, if we can see it on the replay, it's clear. Like.
Sometimes I wonder, too, if the going to New York to do it costs them a lot more time.
I'm sure it does.
Like, that's why I feel like, remember back in the day when the NFL just had the stream on the sideline and they would go and like, now they don't do that anymore.
No, they go to New York now. They go to New York. Yeah,
but like at least you had like
they still have that. They have that in the IFL.
Yeah,
and in the IFL, you can challenge if a penalty was committed that they didn't call.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I like that idea.
I cannot tell you how many times in the games I've called this year. They
I've been
can
calling
actually
real quick though. I've been calling for this for a while.
Why
I've been calling for this for a long time. There should be one for every single game.
Just up top. Yeah. And they can watch it and they just go up to them up there. Yep. It's good. All right.
You know what else it would help with when an umpire gets injured, because it surprisingly does happen more often than you think.
Yeah, it does.
Having that extra guy to come in and do it. If you
he just works, he runs his way down and throws gear on and gets out there.
And he's out.
Even if he's not calling balls and strikes, like
right.
You just get, you move the third base or whoever the next guy up is in the crew to home
That's
plate.
Why I've always said,
that's
why I've always said there should be two up in a booth.
Yeah.
There should be two up in the booth.
They do it with the e-bug in the NHL. You have an emergency goaltender in case a guy gets hurt in warm-ups and you can't call somebody up.
Yep.
So why not? I agree. Why not be able to? They've actually, I think now, maybe I'm completely wrong about this. I'm probably completely wrong about this, but I thought I read something that the NHL was exploring having where every team carries a third goaltender that doesn't dress that day. And he doesn't count toward the lineup.
Well, this goes back to remember we were having this conversation about what we would change in baseball.
Yeah.
I think I think rosters should be so much more expanded.
30 man.
Why can't there be 30-man rosters on a baseball team? Why not?
It's a fair point.
Wow, great tag.
Oh yeah.
Didn't have the ball though.
Tag. That was a good tag, yeah, if he holds on to it.
Javi makes that tag.
Sure does. Even now, Javi still makes it.
Even now. Yeah.
Javi still got some tricks in his bag, just not as many as he used to.
Yeah, highlight reel play the other day.
He did. That was a hell of a throw. Practically from his butt.
Mm-hmm.
It was impressive. Yeah, that was the design hit and run, and Dansby just fucking whiffed on it.
Yeah, and Rickius has got it in here. Yeah, he just doesn't look comfortable at the plate.
Yeah. That's bad. Quickly back to challenging penalties in the NFL.
Yeah.
So you can challenge a false start, both offense and defense. Because remember, receivers can come in a running motion in Arena League. Mm-hmm. At any league, any Arena League, there's running motion. 2 receivers at least can go in motion. So you can challenge if a receiver's offside before the ball is snapped. After the play. This could be after the play's over. It could be for a touchdown. It could totally negate the touchdown if it's right. And then
do you find, because that's the case, do you find that teams will challenge at the end of games just to challenge to see if there is a penalty?
It happened in one game. Yeah, it actually did. It 100% did. They looked and they were like, it might be close enough where we can justify challenging it, and they 100% did. Mm-hmm. That, and then you can also challenge what they call illegal defense, because all 3 down linemen have to be in a stance by the time the ball snapped. If a guy's not in his stance by the time the ball snapped, or the linebacker is not in the appropriate position before the snap, you can challenge that too, and it's a penalty. It's awesome. I love it. It's some of the ballsiest shit I've ever seen too, because you do lose you lose a timeout if you lose the challenge. So I've seen it cost teams games. It's nuts.
I believe it.
It's cool though. It's a fun little wrinkle. Highly encouraged. I'm going to do a very, very shameless plug. Friday, Saturday, Sundays, and actually the Wheelers play a Monday night game this year. Can you challenge holding? I don't know if you can challenge holding. I think that's only one you can't. I think it's only how's the way I describe it? It's only penalties that affect the setup of the game, right? A false or an offsides. It's alignment. I think it's alignment penalties that you can challenge. I don't think it's all penalties. I think it's alignment. I might be wrong. I have to clean up on the rules, but very shameless plug. IFL on YouTube. They broadcast all their games on YouTube, so you can watch them all for free. I call games for the Quad City Steam Wheelers is the name of the team. Go Wheelers. It's fun. It's really, really cool. They play the Wheelers play this Saturday. So if you're home, 7:00 on the YouTube. And I only call home games, but the 22nd they will, this Saturday. What the hell am I talking about? I keep thinking this week is the week of the 15th, not the week of the 8th. This Saturday, actually, I'll be out in the Quad Cities. They play the Frisco Fighters. It's a 6:05 start on Saturday night on the old YouTube channel. Go check it out. It's fun. And you can hear me yell and scream about a different sport. But
I've done it. I've listened to you guys a couple times.
We appreciate that. It's fun, man. I love it. I have so much fun doing it. Because here's the thing,
the guys play hard too.
They
Very
do
hard.
Oh yeah. I've seen some hard hits in that league. Like they don't fuck around. We have a good time, man. It's fun because like for me, I've done both. Like I've done color commentary as well as play-by-play, and I do a lot more play-by-play than I do color commentary. But I love doing color commentary because I can act like a knucklehead when I do color commentary. Like I can purposely be funny. I don't have to worry about the story of the game. I can be a doofus the whole time. Like my entire goal so I've only ever been color commentator for one play-by-play guy. So Redrick, who's a good friend of mine, shout out Mr. Redrick Terry. He and I used to call games together at SXU when I first got the job there. And he lives in the Quad Cities. He's been their play-by-play guy. This is his third year. And he was like, hey, we don't have a color guy for this year. Like, if you're willing to do the drives on weekends, like you should do it. And I'm like, oh, that'd be awesome. So I've only ever called for him, but my goal every single broadcast is to make him laugh, like just to get him totally out of character in the broadcast. Every single game. And it's good. Darren asks, can you drink cold ones while you're announcing? No, I don't. I never do. At any level, I don't. I wouldn't even think about it. I treat those very professionally. This is a little more relaxed. That's why these are fun. But yeah, I don't drink. I don't drink while announcing. That is not allowed. We are fully sober in the old booth, but it's a good time. It's fun. It's a good time. Rick has said that should have been caught. Really bad read from Mike Talkman. Yeah, that wasn't the greatest of reads. You really wish he would have gotten to that one. He's made so many great defensive plays too, I feel like, this season.
Do you feel like he gets bad reads sometimes because he doesn't play like one specific position all the time either?
It could be.
They move him all around.
Yeah, but when's the last time he played center? Legitimately. The beginning of the season? No, I don't even think then. I don't think I've seen Talkman in center field this year yet.
That's true. He's DH'd a lot, surprisingly.
Like Rick says here, he's usually in center, but he's not as good in the corners. I think it's because it's different. It's different playing corner outfield. Like there are some guys that are true center fielders versus like corner outfield guys. There's an adjustment. Look at Ian Happ, right? Ian Happ was a center fielder initially and wasn't the best at it, but found his calling in a corner and became a Gold Glove outfielder, multiple Gold Glove outfielder.
You know how I feel about Ian Happ's Gold Gloves.
You're sour juice about them. I know.
No, they're not. Being a Gold Glove left fielder is like, I don't know, it's useless.
It's not as
it really
impressive.
Is.
Yeah, because naturally in the sport, it's not like right fielders typically are the guys that like you want to have the Gold Glover, just because of the throw to the plate and things like that. It's a different play.
I mean, I love his throwing arm. I'll say that.
Oh yeah, he's got a great arm.
But I mean, you put your masher in left field and you say, all right, I know you're probably going to be a negative defensive run save, but you're going to hit me 40 bombs.
Right.
That's just usually what that position is for.
Yeah.
It's the same with like first base. It's the same with first base. Yeah. And I typically think that like the Cubs' problem is more or less like they just don't get power out of your typical power positions.
They really don't. Because your typical power positions are what? The corner infields and the corner outfields.
But you're okay at third. I mean, Morel hasn't. You would wish Morel has hit more homers, but he's been very unlucky.
11, 12?
11, I think.
Still a good number. He's on pace for 30.
Yeah.
He's like the only guy right now I'm not worried about with power.
Yeah, I mean, and Bush too. Bush has been good, but not.
He's just not been consistent.
He had a good run. Yeah,
he's streaky. He's a very streaky hitter.
At
least he has been so far this year.
That's the problem a lot on this team. It's just filled with a lot of streaky hitters.
Yeah, 100%. Rickett says, feels like the center fielders rule the outfield. They largely do. He said you can hide a lot of bad corner outfielders. You can, but look at in the years when the Cubs were competitive, winning World Series. Like Schwarber was a left fielder.
Schwarber was better than people gave him credit.
He was. No. He was. He definitely was. But like, think about like that 2016 season, especially once they lost Schwarber. Zobrist played left. Granted, Zobrist was a good fielder, but Zobrist played left. Wilson Contreras played left that year quite a bit, so they could get his bat into the lineup.
Hip hip Jorge.
Yeah. Jorge Soler played some left. So like, it was a very much, it's very much like, oh, that's not great.
That trade is one of those that you wish you talked about more.
Which one?
The Jorge Soler for
Wade Davis. That was a crazy trade because at the time.
Yeah, I mean, you got what you needed out of it, but now it's like, man, you would really love to have him.
Would you though? He hasn't been the same player. He's been very up and down.
He won a MVP in the World Series when the Braves were.
Yeah, with the Braves. That's true. He is. He was a World Series MVP. He also had his best season was that Kansas City season when he hit 48 bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think every Cub fan knew that was in him. But it was, especially once they signed Hayward, it was like, where were you going to put him? They dealt from strength.
Right.
Because they thought they wanted Schwarber to be their left fielder. So they dealt from strength. And they said, we're going to move Soler. We're going to go get an elite closer because we don't have one because they didn't bring back Chapman. And Wade was great. Wade was a monster. Wade was probably the best Cubs closer that they've had. I know everybody's like, well, Chapman. But even Chapman would get gas. Like Davis was a true workhorse because he was a former starter.
Yeah, but they kind of – I'm just saying like what you would need on this team right now.
Oh, sure. You would love a power bat like Jorge Soler. But would he still be the same player 8 years later? What's he doing right now? Like, what's he even doing this season? Where's he even playing? Oh, he's in San Francisco.
In San Francisco.
Forget about that. He got a nice little contract from the Giants, which I was very happy for him because I'm glad he got. But you and I both banging on the keyboard, trying to see stats, trying to get the numbers up.
I just want to see.
What is Jorge up to this year? Oh, okay. He hasn't been great. It's a 664 OPS, but he's got 7 bombs. He's only played 51 games. I'd say only. I mean, they've only played like 62, but he's missed a couple of games. 40 hits, 24 runs scored, 18 walks, 45 strikeouts. Yikes. 18 runs driven in. Yeah, that 2019 Kansas City season, though. It was fucking stupid. 48 homers, 117 driven in. 95 runs scored. He played all 162 games that year, too. 265, 354, 569 was a slash. He was a 923 OPS. Also, still forget how good he was in those 24 games when he came up in 2014.
Oh, he was incredible.
5 homers, 20 ribbies in 24 games, and he slashed 292, 335, 73. God, he was a monster. I remember when he came up, dude. I was so excited about Jorge Soler. So excited. Because that was 2014 was finally when we got to, like, 2013, 2014 is when we started to get to see some of like the up and comers. Like I know he didn't have a long run here, but like Junior Lake debuted, right? Javi obviously debuted, and then you had Soler debut, and everybody was pumped about Jorge Soler.
Where would Jorge Soler's slug for this year or OPS be on the Cubs lineup right now? Where would
it would be the third worst.
He would be the third worst?
Yeah. For OPS, yes. Every everyday hitter, I'm not counting PCA as a part of this. So this is including Bush and having Belly in center. If you include Talkman even with Sayon Happ, they're all 700 or better. The only person that's below 700 right now, besides the catchers, is Dansby Swanson. Dansby's a low 600 right now. So 664 would put him above Dansby.
Now let's go look at Kyle Schwarber.
Oh, Schwarber's a monster, dude. I don't even know what he's doing this year, though.
Just see, he is worth a win already.
course.
231 batting average, slugging. OPS is 749. OPS plus of 116. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
His 749.
Probably seeing more fastballs.
Yeah, his 749 would be kind of right in the middle of the pack for the Cubbies. No, here's the real guy I want to see. I want to see the one they let get away and they should have kept. Oh, he's even having a bad year though.
Who?
Nick Castellanos. He's got a 630 OPS right now.
But that lineup,
yeah, they don't need him to be the guy. Like, he still has 8 homers and 28 driven in. I mean, and he's played every game. He's got 63 games played.
I just wish that, I feel like the Cubs don't have a lot of guys you look at and you're like, you could carry us for a week. You know what I mean? Like, when you're
I know exactly what you mean.
And then if you look at Philly, and Philly has Turner,
an entire lineup of those guys.
Schwarber, Castellanos, even Real Muto, who he can hit.
He's not what he was. Alec Bohm.
Alec Bohm.
Yeah, they're deep.
Guys
yeah, they're littered with dudes that can do that. I agree. That's the one thing the Cubs truly, really don't have right now.
Name
outside the two
ones that Suzuki,
Seyon Belly, Morel too.
Morel in there.
So 3. You have 3 guys that could carry the lineup. Happ isn't that guy because he's hitting well right now, but he's not necessarily carrying the lineup. Yeah. But he's coming through big, but he's not carrying the lineup. He
doesn't hit for enough power either.
Right.
That's what you need out of those guys.
Yeah. Yeah. It's largely Seyon Belly and Morel. And you saw it last year with Seyon Belly. In August, they were the 2 best hitters on this team by far, and they carried the Cubs to a successful August. Then they started to fizzle out toward the end of the year, and the team fell apart because the rest of the team just didn't hit either. Oh.
No, it's another one off of the
that
one's off the barrel.
Yeah. That one he wasn't wincing over. I don't think he got hit. Corey Patterson for life, says Rick gets here.
Corey Patterson.
Drop.
No.
Bah humbug.
That's why I said, the Cubs won those 2 against the White Sox, but they're still playing a bad brand of baseball.
Yeah, they are playing a bad brand of baseball. You're 100% right, Juice. It's rough out in these parts. Juice, I would great. Go ahead. No, go
ahead.
I was going to say I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go get some more wine. I want you to finish your thought.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Get your wine, and then
I'll be right back.
Yeah, hopefully we get into that bullpen. Yeah, they don't play a very good brand of baseball. And I said too, on last night's stream in the comments, that I think that they should be way better defensively because that's what the identity that was sold to us was. We're going to play good defense. We're going to cut down runs. We're going to pitch well, and we're going to hit enough to win. Essentially, that's what this roster was put together like. And they don't do that. They don't even do that. But so I guess it's one of those situations where it's don't pee on me and tell me it's raining, It's shitty. And they have the defenders around the diamond to be that team that's plus defensive run saved, but they were minus 17, I think, minus 16 in team defensive run saved. But that's just not good enough. The teams they're at the bottom of that category always finish at the bottom of their divisions. It just always happens. You got to pick up the ball and throw it to first. Everything else is kind of chance for a lot of times. I mean, hitters go into funks, pitching gets But one thing you can do every single day when you get to the ballpark is pick it up and throw it to first. That's what you can do. Catch the ball. They don't do that, and that's what's disappointing. But Assad here, 62 pitches. Be nice to get him a quick inning here. I agree with some of that. I'll agree that the vision and foundation that Theo built was sustained success. Sorry. I agree with a little of that, but then they traded a lot of that from the minors and then started to – is that Quesadilla?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And then started to – they really depleted that minor league system. So now I think they've restocked it, and now it's like the second part of this to me was always let's spend big, but they've just struck out on big free agents. That's what it's come down to. So yeah, and in all fairness too, like when Theo was here, Theo for the most part was bad at free agency.
Was awful at free agency.
Was never really good at it. And even when he was in Boston, like he gave Carl Crawford that ridiculous contract that never worked out.
Don't open that wound for me, please.
Stay in the ballpark. There we go.
I love Carl Crawford. I'm so sad he ever went to Boston. Because then he went to the Dodgers and he was like pretty decent.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, the problem was that old AstroTurf in Tropicana just destroyed Crawford's knees. It was like that for all the outfielders in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Rocco Baldelli was that way. BJ Upton was that way. Kevin Kiermaier was that way for a little bit there. That's why he got the hell out and went to Toronto, and he resurrected his career because they actually have better playing service. Yeah, it's tough.
What I'd like to see is like, and I love that they have a lot of like trust in that bullpen, like not the bullpen, but the pitching infrastructure that they've built.
The pitch lab and all that stuff.
Yeah, and that's great and all, but I don't think that could be your main source for everything.
No.
You know, like you're going to have to
enhance talent. Yeah. I think what they tried to do with Jameson Taillon was the right idea, though. Like, go get a good free agent and then say, hey, we can make you better. Like, that's what it should be. Is more of that infrastructure of like, hey, you know, let's like hypothetically speaking, right? I don't even know who some of them are, but let's say this was you swore you could get one really good year out of Justin Verlander. That's not a good example, but you get what I'm saying. I don't know what the free agency class is next year for pitching, but like, look what they've done with Shota. You can make the argument. You can make the argument they've helped Shota a little bit. I know like Garrett Cole is a part of it and some other guys.
Well, he can opt out. Obviously, Sasaki's going to be, another guy that you look at.
That's the one I want. Assuming he actually comes. I think he wants to, though. I think he wants to be posted.
So I think this is a good conversation for us to have. Like, the core, obviously, you're going to see Dansby Swanson here for a really long time. You're going to have Nico for another couple years, same way. So, I mean, and Morel, who I like Morel, and I'm not really worried about Morel. I think he could end up being a really good bat. But, I mean, the thing with a lot of the core contracts that they have are they're so movable that I feel like it's hard to just identify like what the core is going to be. It's going to be Dansby, and then it's up in the air after that.
Then it's up in the air because nobody's under term long enough.
Right.
Do I sound better, by the way?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, because I realized I didn't plug my mic in like a doofus.
And two, Ron, I've said this on this show many times. To bet on Dansby Swanson being your like fifth, sixth hitter is just not sustainable because if you go back and look at the World Series lineups that were put together, Dansby hit 8th and 9th. That's where he hit.
Yeah.
That's 100%. When you look in the game logs, that's where his position was in the batting order. And that's fine. Like, that's what you're paying. You're paying him to be the shortstop who saves runs.
Right.
But the problem with, like, the way they've constructed this team is when you're not saving runs like they're supposed to be and playing the defense that we know that they're capable of, then you got to slug a little bit. And this team just isn't built to slug at the moment.
Right. Well, and that's why I think, like, we've talked about it a good amount here as well. Like, that's, I think, why people want them to finally be like, all right, go get Juan Soto. He's young enough where you invest in him for 10 years. Like, he's still going to be a good player. That's the one thing, right? Like, it's so very rare that you get a Bryce Harper or a Juan Soto or these guys that hit free agency at such a young age, because just most ball players don't play enough service time until they're in their late 20s. That's just how it is.
Right.
You know, maybe if, like, teams started taking away maybe one ARB year, guys would hit free agency a little faster. You know?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you could go, what? It's 3 ARB years? And how many years of pre-ARB? It's just as many as until you debut.
Right. I think eventually it's going to be different for every.
Right. But you need to at least have, like,
based on service,
2.5 years of big league service to get to ARB.
Right.
Like, maybe you make that 1.5. You know what I mean? And then you go through your 3 ARB years. So you just eliminate a pre-ARB year. And then guys go to free agency sooner. Maybe you get some of these younger free agents. But that's why, like, it would make sense that the Cubs threw a fuck ton of money at Juan Soto this offseason, because he's the one thing they don't have: a slugger and just a really good all-around bat. Like, he's got a great sense for the strike zone. He's one of the few guys that's like a 400 OPS player. And if you, let's say it ended up in Seiya Suzuki, or, you know, him being the everyday DH or something like that, you know, with Juan Soto coming into play, right? And maybe they move around a little bit. There's, you know, Hap and Seiya kind of work together, and maybe one day a guy gets off, Morel DHs, whatever. Like, you can get creative with it, but you get that bat in the lineup, him and being a 400 OPS guy or OBP guy, plus Ian Happ being a 360 OBP guy, having 2 of those in your lineup would be stupid. And then he's going to bring the slug that, like you said, they're severely missing.
I just see them. I would rather. Oh, man, nice. I would rather they. Oh, let's see.
Uh-oh.
No, he's there.
Yeah, he's there. He's fine.
That
looked uncomfortable.
Leadoff doubles are nice.
They are nice.
I would rather, and I think too, like, there's going to be a team that looks at Ian Happ's, like, OVP and goes, we need some of that. Where, like, the Cubs, if they do get a Soto, I'd rather them keep a Bellinger, keep more power in the lineup, and maybe you move Ian Happ for, like, a bullpen piece. Or
would you move, say, Suzuki?
No, because I still think I need to keep the slug. I wish the outfield slugged more. That's the problem with, like, constructing this lineup like this, because if they're going to continue to have power or defense at second and short, then you got to pick up the power somewhere along the line of, like, first base and the outfield. So the outfield needs to slug more. I would rather along the diamond find a place where maybe PCA ends up being your almost everyday center fielder, and you move Bellinger in and out of DH, or you spell those between, you know, Soto and Bellinger and Seiya. You can move them around via that DH piece, and you allow Morel to play third more often. Nice.
Bam. Juices on the board.
Joey and I are tied again. Joey had the lead for 25 minutes.
Updated in real time.
Yeah, and I mean, this is obviously the wrench that gets thrown into all of it with Ian Happ, but that's like your Cubs, like, scenario of hope, right? Where you use the Ian Happ OBP as your advantage, because I think I would hate to move Seiya already. That's the problem because I think Ian is what we know he is already. He's not
We
going to
know
go
his full body of what he is.
but like Seiya,
question mark.
Yeah,
that's fair. There's more upside there. I agree with that. Darren says he's afraid that Hap would enact his.
No, that's what I just put up. That's what I just put up on there, and I said that's the wrench that gets thrown in all of it.
Yeah.
Like you would rather, but if you moved him to a place where he can contend still,
or just would like to go.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that happening. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, man. I mean,
also it's so wild that Ian Happ has an no trade clause.
See, here's the thing that always drives me nuts about that, and this is the stat nerd of looking at things in me. According to Spotrac, Ian Happ does not have a no trade clause.
Really? No,
so
but
it drives me nuts. No, but he does. That's the problem. But they never put it up.
Oh.
And it pisses me off. Because then when I look at it, because like I can see Seiya Suzuki has a no trade clause. I think that's a very interesting tidbit that nobody realizes. Seiya Suzuki has a full no trade clause with the duration of the contract.
You're also not trading Seiya with Shota Imanaga on the roster, I don't think.
No. Understood and agreed. I'm just saying. I'm just illustrating who has no trade clauses on this team. A very important player that doesn't have a no trade clause, Juice, is Nico Horner. And I know you had a hot take in the past about Horner maybe not finishing out that contract here in Chicago. Because Dansby's a full no trade. Jameson Tyone is a partial no trade. There's some interesting tidbits that a lot of people maybe don't understand with some of these guys' contracts. I think everybody knew that like Dansby had a no trade. Some of those guys, but yeah, no trade for Hap can certainly huck a wrench into things, as you said. It's nice to see the Cubbies out in front.
I think too, like, you talk about no trade. And that like you definitely got to take that into account. But I think a lot of people fail to realize that a lot of players do waive their no trade often. Like it's not like, especially younger players. Like I think like a Nico and like an Ian Happ would maybe be willing to waive a no trade if it meant it was in a good spot for them.
Yeah. If it made sense for them. I agree. According to missed it here. Rickus says, according to him, that my no trade clause fell through, so I can be sent to San Francisco. Apparently, people want to trade me now. I don't know.
Why are you getting traded?
I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting traded.
You really have a lot of value right now. We gotta have you build your value.
Because my digger picks, my 3 digger picks I've gotten correct. Yes. What is that batting for the season? I think there's been like 2 games we've missed the whole year, maybe 3 of dinger picks. So that puts us at what? This is game 63. So 60 from 3 out of 60. Yeah, that's a batting average that doesn't provide a lot of value. That's for sure.
You really like that.
You were swinging at like a 500 clip at one point.
I was.
And you came screaming back down to earth.
Yeah, I haven't been fun. I haven't been fun lately.
Screaming, come back to earth. What did Matthew say here? Matthew said you could trade PCA if you sign Bellinger long term and then get a power at first base like Pete Alonso. But you'd have to sign him too, though, so it's not for nothing.
I think if they do ever trade Pete Crow Armstrong, it'll be because they get like an absolute superstar in return.
Yeah.
That's the.
But it would have to be soon, though, because eventually PCA is going to be around enough where people are going to put a value on him.
Yeah, I also think, too, that you remember how, like, Theo loved certain prospects? I don't think that Jed has those same, like, outlook on guys within the system. Like, there were, like, for example, like Kyle Schwarber was like, dude, we cannot trade Kyle Schwarber. And it kind of meant that they rolled with the punches through, the whole contention window after 16. And then they kind of realized that they had to change some things in the roster. So they non-tendered him and then he walked. So I think that like the one thing you'll see is maybe the willingness more if you're Jed to like taking swings at trading certain pieces because
Yeah.
I don't think he has like
an affinity to anyone.
And then I don't think that there's that love basket. I'm gonna call it the love basket. The love basket that like Theo had with some of his guys.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's a good point. I think I agree with you. I think with Jed, do you think there's a player that Jed would deem untouchable in terms of a prospect? Like fully just like no way we're trading this guy? If there was one, who would you think it'd be? Cade?
I think Cade.
Okay.
I think Cade would be maybe Cade, maybe Jefferson Rojas.
Ooh, okay.
I mean,
that's a spicy one. That's a juice influence spicy one, which I like.
When you have an 18, he's right. He's 19, 18, 19.
I think he just turned 19. If he did, I think he might.
So when he was in spring training with the team, he was 18 years 18. Old.
Yeah.
When you have that, I mean that's strictly from your GM. Like, hey, like let's bring him in and acclimate him to some big league pitching that he'll see at 18. Yeah, I think I think there was a point in the process where Christian Hernandez probably fit that bill, where there was a no trade on him. But
yeah,
the way I would say Brennan Davis was probably that for a while too. They've held on that
at one point in time,
for a while.
Sure. I think he was that more though, like right when they turned it over to Jed from Theo, was Brennan, like because that was kind of what they were holding on to there at the end.
Well, that system was so bare when they.
Oh yeah, they didn't have shit at all. Ricka said Jed had it for Rizzo. That's true.
Yeah,
Jed helped trade for him twice. He left Boston and he was like, "I want to take him with me," and he came back to Chicago and had him in San Diego. He's like, "I need to bring him with me too." And hey, it worked out though. That was a good call on their part because Rizzo was an all-star. He was a staple of this team. He's the one guy, in my opinion, Juice, from that like World Series run of players that would ever get his jersey number retired by the Cubs.
I could agree with that.
Just because he debuted so early. He debuted in 2012. Like he played a full almost 10 seasons with the Cubs.
Like it'd be interesting to see what his market looks like in free agency this coming year.
Could you see anyone where the Cubs would talk about bringing him back?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think that there's going to be better options that they'll be in on.
Sure. There'll be some team that's like much closer than the Cubs are.
Or if not, they'll roll the dice with Bush at first again. I think they really like Bush.
I think they do really like Bush. Understandably, oh boy. Assad just fucking whacked Stevenson. He is not happy. Are they challenging it? But it's like, no, we hit him. He got him. Oh boy, this is the only thing with Hobby that always scares me. It always feels like around the sixth inning, shit gets real dicey.
Yeah, who was that the White Sox had? Vasquez, remember?
Oh yeah, got him on the wrist.
Was it Javier? Was it not Javier Vasquez? Was it? White Sox had some guy that was like
it might have been
go like Vasquez. 5.
Yeah, Javier. It might have been.
And after the sixth inning, he had like a 10 ERA. And it was like, why does this guy continue to get the sixth inning?
It might have been Javier Vasquez. Yeah. That sounds about right. That's a name drop. They used to have some fun teams over there on the old South Side.
They did.
Like 2000s teams, like even like the early days when it was like Maglio and all those guys, and then like it transitioned later to like, Canerco and some of the newfound guys. Bunt. Yeah. Her two beasts.
Wildebeest.
Joey Ricotta says everybody loves Bush, but he misspelled it on purpose.
Yeah.
Because it's Joey. Right. Christopher Cole popping in the comment section. Hello, sir.
What's up, Chris?
See you. He says heard something about a Vlad Jr. trade to the Cubs.
Possible.
I'm sure they're kicking the tires. I mean, as they should. Excuse me. I think they should kick the tires on any power hitting first baseman.
I think they should kick the tires on any power hitter out there.
Really spicy take. If you acquired Vlad, would you play him at third and DH Morel every day?
No. You want to see.
I know.
You want to see some bad.
I know. I'm messing with you. Well, because he played third base the other day for the Blue Jays. It was the first time since like his like rookie years that he had played third.
You want to see. You want to see him at first, and I'd even roll like Bush at third before I would even think about doing anything like that.
100%.
At that point, you just DH Bush, but I mean,
Rick says in the comment section they need an impact hitter. I agree, and that's what we've been talking about. They need a fully impact hitter. You need a game changing bat in this lineup. And honestly, one game changing bat makes the rest of this lineup look that much better. Like it really does.
Yeah, we talked about it on the show. It's like a
humongous difference.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
This is just the one run.
I was gonna say at least teams respect Ian Happ's arm and don't try to do anything stupid.
Yeah, it's Jonathan India, like
of course
earlier.
Of course. There's always one. It was Joey Votto for so long, and now India's taken the role. Besides,
I was really just hoping that. Yeah. Oh, I forgot that was a thing.
Have you watched the Trevor Bauer content?
A lot, yeah.
Have you been watching his Mexico League stuff?
No, I watch a lot of him, like when he goes and does the stuff with King of JUCO and.
Okay. So if you do decide to change your mind, he like does a bunch of videos right now following him being in the league in Mexico. He's teammates with Aquino. Aquino is down in Mexico right now. Yeah, fun fact.
What I do love is
Rick says he loves the Trevor content. It's
what
good
I do
content.
love is he
talks. You might not like the guy, but
I love that he talks about pitching. Like I learn so much when he talks about like
sequencing and yep. You know what's funny? I've started implementing his sequencing into my MLB 2K7 pitch mix when I play franchise mode. I'm nasty now. Nobody can touch me. It's amazing. It's incredible. Like it's fastball just on the outside of the zone to purposely make him swing. I'm throwing curveballs down in the dirt because I want him to fucking just hack at it. Splitters, I'll throw a low fastball and then I'll throw a low splitter to set up off the fastball. Oh yeah, and it's all shit that I've learned from watching his stuff. It's nice though, like because like here's the thing, like, and again, I know there's gonna be that one person out there that's like, I can listen to Trevor Bauer shit, but you're just talking from a straightly like sports fan standpoint. It's so cool hearing a big leaguer talk through their mindset because that's something that none of us can understand. We're not big leaguers. We don't know what your process is that makes you elite unless you physically tell us. And I think that's why it's so cool to listen to him talk. Is just like you get an appreciation for the pitch mix. You get an appreciation for like why these guys do certain things that they do. The timing mechanics, because he's one of the few pitchers that does time mechanics. We talk about it all the time with Stroh as a Cub, the timing difference and things like that. What he observes about a hitter, and they do the scouting reports, and he talks about those actively on the mound. He's like, all right, this guy loves to swing early, so we're throwing him something off speed, you know, and then you can tell when he's sitting on. Like, it's the stuff that when you play the video game, the human element of the at-bat that you don't get to see unless somebody like this is telling you. Because, like, you'll see Bauer will sit there and talk about, like, oh, this guy, you know, I'm going to throw, I really embarrassed him on X pitch last time. I'm going to throw it one and see what he does with it. And if it's a fastball and they swing early, he's like, okay, I know they're looking for the heat. We're going off speed. Or, you know, he throws an off speed pitch and they hack at it. And he's like, oh, they want that slider. They think I'm going to hang it. So I'm just going to pepper them with fastballs and splitters.
I think
sorry, go ahead.
No, I think like just to relate it to what happens like in our Cubs world here when we talk about the Cubs, Ben Brown's last start was 100% like you're going to have those learning experiences over the course of your career to start here of like the whole reason why he got lit up more often in Cincinnati. The Cincinnati series was because he left a lot of pitches in the zone, opposed to when you have people 1-2 throwing more out of the zone. He talked about it in his presser too, which like those are things that you just continue to learn. And I love to hear Trevor talk about it because he's been in the league for so long. And two, it's one of those things that you don't technically realize you're taking in. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that like we watch for enjoyment, but when you start to watch it at like more of a clip like we do, where we watch every single game and analyze it, like I feel like I learned something. And there's just too few guys within the league right now that want to step onto that platform and teach people more, opposed to, like the old Steve Stones who are just like, well, this guy has got the slider and he's gonna throw this. Like, why is he throwing the slider? Tell us, educate us more. And that's why, like, I love JD and he's so good at it.
Yeah.
But I wish there were more guys who are in the game right now going like, this is the new era of pitching. Like, this is how we think of things. This is what, stats tell us. This is what spin rates tell us. God damn it.
Right. Oh, don't do that to me. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, that's a piss missile into the corner, too. That might score 2.
No, it only got the 1, but...
No, only got the 1. Right at the back, in front. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Just never easy with this team. And that's what, like, makes me still think they're just not good. And that's not a bad pitch. He tried to get in on the hands, and
he just
good piece of hitting
on it. Yeah, a good piece of hitting. Friedel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good hitter. They got a good little team, man. They got a good little squad. But no,
but they're weird. They're freaking weird. Like,
they are weird. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But back to your point, Juice, about like the broadcasting and explaining to the fan like the whys of what you do, and like that's something like I try to bring to like when I do color commentary is like the why of it. Like, why was this so successful? Why would I
fun though, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's the problem that I have is like a bunch of guys stay in the ballpark, and it will. The problem that I have is like this old generation like just preaches it, opposed to like making it fun.
Yeah.
And that's why like the average age for baseball is just sticks for the average viewer.
It really does. Yeah, Rickest says here, Ben Brown, first young Cubs pitcher, he feels electric watching pitch. Then he follows that up saying Trevor May is a fun listen, not as open about baseball. Definitely new generation pitcher, uses science. He says also, ain't gonna lie, find a lot of comfort in Chip and Steve calling a game, and he jokes, he says he's going to hell. But no, I agree. Just like that's what I try to do, right? Is like, hey, like, that was a great play, and here's why. Mm-hmm. I felt really good though, Juice. I got a fun little story for you.
Nice.
I learned that I still got it. Like I still have the observation skills of watching certain sports. So the last game that I called, the Wheelers quarterback is Mike Irwin is his name. And like the perfect arena quarterback. Like he's got it. His throw style fits the game. Like it's great. So there was one play that they ran. It was like in the second quarter. It was the last drive before halftime, I think, that the Wheelers had. And mind you, in this league, you can score like that if you really get there. And he hit his receiver on a crossing, just an in route over the middle. So for people that don't know what an in route is, see, this is what I do when I broadcast. An in route is simply what it sounds like. You fake like you're running a go, which is just a big straight line, and you cut in across the middle. And you find it's a zone beater. The reason it's a zone beater because the quarterback can watch the windows in which the zone's open and then make a throw. It's not necessarily a great man beater, but it's great zone beater. So in the IFL game, there's a lot of zone and man coverage. Like they do mix it up. It's not just all man like in the old arena game was. Now, the quarterback, Irwin, I'm watching him, and he's looking, and he throws this ball, but the trailing DB goes the opposite way of the throw. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, that doesn't happen naturally. And I'm sitting there and on the broadcast, I go, I think that was a no look. I think he looked off the DB and threw it back across his body to his receiver coming into the open seam because he created space. Cool thing about the Quad City Steam Wheelers, at least, and I think a lot of IFL teams do this, is like they have an official after party where like the players and coaches go after the game. So you can go and hang out with the players and coaches if you so chose. And there's some fans that do like show up and, and like all the people that work for the team go. It's fun. Like, so us as the broadcasters go, especially after wins, because it's busy as all hell. So the last game, Irwin walks into the bar and I looked at my broadcast partner, Redrick, and I go, I got to go ask him. I walked over there and I said, Mike, and I introduced myself because I hadn't talked to him yet. I was like, I have to ask you. I was like, on that into Harvey right before halftime, I was like, you made a no-look throw, right, to look off that DB. And he cracks this big shit-ass grin. And he goes, yeah, I did. And I'm like, that's fucking cool. But then I felt fucking good because I saw it. Because, like, you wouldn't see it on the broadcast because you only see the pocket and then the throw. You don't see the process of the DB breaking to the other side of the field. And I was like, oh, that was fucking awesome. I was like, I love that so much. And, like, it's just a cool little story. And I was like, that's probably the coolest thing I've ever seen done in a football game, like live, like in person, like that. It was insane. Like literally, the DB broke 5 yards the other direction. It was impressive. It was cool. It was fun. I was hoping my story time would maybe change the fortune for the Cubs. I don't think it has.
No, especially when Samaya hits 111 off the
5 pitches.
Yeah, they're going to Mark Pryor this guy, and his arm is just going to fall off. I feel like he pitched one too many innings the other night too.
Yeah,
and it didn't matter. They
don't have a good bullpen though.
No, but I mean, they're also they're contending, but they're not contending either. I mean, they're good. They're not good right now.
Yeah, they're only 2 games out of a wild card spot though, Jis.
Well, yeah,
Nick and I talked about this last night. Like every team they play in June is within like 4 games of the wild card.
Yeah. That's because everybody seems like they're within 4 or 5 games, unless you're the White Sox, Marlins, and that's it.
It's the White Sox, Marlins, Rockies, Angels, and Athletics are the 5 teams that are more than 6 games out of a wild card spot in either league. Houston's got the next longest deficit at 6 games in the AL out of the wild card. But yeah, everybody else, like in the NL, outside of the 2 that we mentioned, it's like 4 games is the farthest outside. It's good though. Makes it fun. It makes it competitive. I don't hate it. Teams aren't running away with playoff spots anymore. Like, it's good for the sport.
It is. It is. It's better than what I think the NBA is doing. Which I mean, I could care less about the Bulls playing the Atlanta Hawks in a
play-in game.
Winner get in the playoff. Winner go home to make the playoffs.
Yeah. And they didn't even make the playoffs because they got smoked in the play-in game against Miami, the second play-in game.
Yeah. Well, they're into the bullpen, so for at least 7 outs, it'll be against this bad Reds bullpen.
Are you saying they got a chance?
Well, they only need 1 run.
Darren says he's calling a second Morel Dunger.
I would like that. Do I get another point?
Rickest also says, hey, to be fair, Mark Pryor had a line drive shatter his elbow.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. Obviously,
there's some unluckiness involved in that, of course, but some of it was also to him. They burned through him.
They ran both those and Wood too. I mean, you could talk about Kerry Wood the same way.
Yeah, they ran Wood into the ground too. I had a thought. Second Morel Dinger. Do you get a point? I think that's fair. I don't think we've had anybody. I don't know what the rule is, though. I got to ask the originators of the Dinger picks because I don't know what they do for 2 home run games. Like, I don't know if you get both points. I feel like you should. It's very rare that a guy hits 2 homers in a game.
Yeah, I mean, you picked double dinger. It should be double dinger. How many multi-homer games have the Cubs even had? Have anybody multi-homer yet?
Anybody? Ooh, I don't know. That's a fair. I don't think they have. I can't think of anybody that's hit 2. I'm trying to think now. I don't think there has been. Has Belly had a 2 home run game this season?
So.
I don't think they've.
Mind you, they don't hit a lot of homers either. That's the other.
No, they don't. They don't.
Where are they in baseball in home runs? Look that up for me, Ronald.
I got you. I'm on it.
It can't be good.
All teams. No, I don't want pitchers. I want team hitting. Homers. Oh boy, they're way out here. Hold on. The Cubs they're 16th in baseball.
Yeah, it's still.
But in fairness, listen to this. Between number 7 and number 27, there's only a 20 home run difference.
Yeah, I mean
it's all very tight. But yeah, the Cubs are 16th with 63 home runs. Teams ahead of them include the Kansas City Royals, Texas Rangers, Cleveland Guardians, Seattle Mariners, Milwaukee Brewers, Boston Red Sox, and then the Mets, Twins, Angels, Phillies, Athletics. Holy shit, the Oakland A's have hit the 5th most home runs in baseball. Astros, Dodgers, Yankees, and Orioles. So the Astros are terrible, but they've still hit the 4th most home runs in baseball with 80. Darren asks, did Talkman have a 2 home run game? I don't know.
Dude, we can't even throw shade at the Royals. The Royals are good.
The Royals are
like 11 over.
Yeah, they're having a really nice
11
year.
over.
They've had a really nice year. A's are horrid too. The A's are horrid, and they've hit a lot of bombs.
Oakland was in the middle division there for a while.
No, they're way the hell out of it. All right. Game logs for Mike Talkman. Let's see if there's 2 homers on this thingy or not. One.
Oh, that's because they're not the seller. Okay.
One.
That's what it is, because that division's awful.
Yeah, that division.
There's only one team over 500.
Hot garbage. Yeah, that's a hot garbage.
The Mariners. And they're only
Mike Talkman has. The Mariners are 8 over.
One multi-homer game?
No, he has no multi-homer games. He's only got 5 home runs on the season.
Yeah, the Mariners are 8 games over 500.
Wow.
They're playing good ball. They're 8-2 in their last 10.
Yeah, it's that pitching, man. Because they had like the 2nd worst team batting average ahead of the Cubs entering Tuesday's game. So they're.
In all fairness, looking around the National League, there's a lot of struggling teams right now in the last 10. Milwaukee is. Yeah. There's only 1, 2, 3.
3 that are above 500.
4.
Who's
4 that are above 500 in their last 10?
That's what I mean. Who's the 4th? Who did I miss?
It's Reds in their last 10. Reds, Pirates, Brewers.
Oh, I didn't see the Reds being 7-3 in their last 10. Oh shit, yeah. And then 3, 6, and 4 teams: Brewers, Pirates, and of course 3 of them are in the NL Central too. Because why wouldn't they be? Yeah, the Phillies are 6-4, but yeah, Dodgers are 5-5, Padres 5-5, Giants are playing really bad ball right now. They're 3-7. At least the Cubs are 4-6.
Well, the Cubs. The problem with the Cubs has been that they haven't played well on the road, like at all. They're 13 and 18.
Yeah,
and 5 over at home.
They're the exact opposite at home.
Yeah,
and they're 10-12 against teams above 500, which isn't horrific, but
no.
When you consider the fact that the freaking Pittsburgh Pirates are 17-16 against teams over 500 is kind of crazy. Rickus says he hates when hitters strike out looking with runners in scoring position. Yeah, that's fair. Hap or someone did. I'm almost certain. I totally take your word for it. Maybe it is Hap. To the page. We're going to go find this out together. We're doing a lot of research tonight on this episode.
Yeah, we are. We're having a lot of fun.
This is the new research episode. Games log. Here we go. Homers. One. Oh, yeah. Ian Happ did have a multi-homer game. Good call, Darren. May 26th against the Cardinals when they were in St. Louis. He had two home runs, 3 ribbies. That's right. That he was the guy that provided most of the offense through that game. That's right. I do recall that now.
Is that the only one, though?
That might be the only one, though. I can't think of another one. That's bad. Good on Darren. That's a good call there. Rickus says free the juice. So did Morel, I think. Oh shit! Now I got to go look this up. Hold on. We gotta go find if Morel had one. I watched so much baseball, I can't even keep track of it anymore.
I don't remember Morel hitting 2.
I don't remember how Morel hitting 2 either. I'm not gonna say never, but I don't remember him hitting 2. No, Morel has never hit multi. Everything's 1. I'm gonna check Bellinger now because I need to. Wait, did Michael Busch have a 2 home run game?
In that hot run he had?
No, he had 5 in a row. That's what it was. Yeah, no multi-homer games for Michael Busch. In fact, Michael Busch has hit only 2 home runs since the start of May. It's kind of rough in these parts, Juice. Who would be the only other player to maybe have a multi-homer game this season? Maybe Bellinger? That's the only other player.
Nick Madrigal.
Stop it. He doesn't even have a homer this season.
He did go off the wall before he broke his arm, though.
Yeah, he went. He broke his hand. He got hit by a pitch. He went off the wall and he had a walk. He was. He was, I think, 1 for 1 in 2 plate appearances with a walk. Yeah, he was looking good, and then he got hit in the hand and fractured his freaking hand.
My best friend AC's got the same one. Al Collins.
What are you talking about?
No, Ricky goes in. Ricky is here. Goes in and talks about the juice is loose. Glove don't fit.
The juice is loose. The juice is loose. The juice is
always
always loose. On this show, the juice is always loose. So Hap is the only multi-homer guy. Oh, I got to check Seiya. Seiya was the other one I wanted to check. I don't think Seiya's done it twice either, though.
I don't think so either.
I think it's all once. Yep, all once. Ian Happ, the only multi-homer game for the Cubs this season. Isn't that crazy? Oh, Luke Little's done after 9 pitches. That's great.
It may be about time to. It may be about time to send him back to Iowa.
I do think it's about that time. But who are you going to call up? Porter Hodge is already up.
Yeah. Who's on the 40?
Jose Quas.
Maybe you DFA Quas and add Carl to the.
Maybe. Keegan should be coming back from the IL soon. Yeah, Keegan's on the Wicks. Colton Brewer. That's about it, though.
Rickius, this is my favorite. This is actually why I have the juice as my name.
Norm McDonald.
Because the OJ roasts on Weekend Update were absolutely hilarious. Norm McDonald's one of my favorite comedians of all time.
It's a good one, too. Ricketts, really? Oh, there you go. I learned something new tonight, too. I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah.
I always wondered why you went by the juice, and you never really ever said.
It's a betting thing, too.
That's
Gotta pay the juice.
Gotta pay the juice. Gotta pay the juice.
Yeah, Norm, George Carlin, obviously Dave Chappelle. I love comedy. Shane Gillis. I love Shane Gillis. Tires was hilarious. Did you watch Tires yet, Ron? On Netflix? Do you watch Shane Gillis?
I'm bad about watching TV. I would say Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis is funny.
David Tell's a good one, too, Ricky. I like David Tell.
Louis C.K. I went, Juice, I told you recently. Katie and I went to old Zany's and saw a good friend of the program, Mr. Joe Kilgallen.
That's right.
That was a good show. It was funny. I had a good time. I laughed. I got called a freak in that show, actually, by one of the actors.
Why?
Because I wore this bright, obnoxious polo. I can actually probably pull it out too. It's blue and pink. It's really bright and crazy. And the one of the opening comedians, she was like, yeah, like into crazy shit. And she looks down, she goes, your shirt suggests you're into like hentai. And I just fucking died laughing. I was like, that's fantastic. She was really funny. And then it was cool because like I went up and said hello to Joe at the end of the show. And he was like, oh, like, thanks for coming. He's like, hey, we're going to the bar next door. Like, come with. All right, cool. So we went for like a drink, and she came up. She's like, "I'm so sorry, I had to put you on the spot." I was like, no, it was hysterical. Like, I'm happy you did it. Like, it was fantastic. Like,
that's
so that was good. Man. That was
you sign an unwritten agreement when you walk into a comedy show.
You are free game.
You are fair game. Yeah,
100%. And we sat right up front. We were like right in the first section because we got there so early. And it was a Monday, so they just put it right in front. Like I was in the light, you could still see us. Like we were right up front. So yeah, I knew we were going to get punished. We got brought up a couple times by a couple of the acts. It was fun. I definitely
Tony Hinchcliffe is one of my favorites, by the way, too.
Tony Hinchcliffe.
Kill Tony is hilarious. I love what he does for up and coming comedians.
Good stuff. I also a favorite comedian of mine, Juice. I don't know if you've seen him. Have you seen Nate Jackson?
I've heard of the name. I don't think I've seen him.
Hilarious. All he does is crowd work.
Okay.
He does nothing scripted. He has scripted stuff. He always jokes about it every show. Like if people aren't like gonna be like fun of the crowd, he's like, I got 40 minutes of scripted shit we could do here if you want to do that too. He's like, I'd rather talk to y'all. And all he does is crowd work.
Like a Matt Rife, but not like hitting on women the whole time.
Better. He's hysterical. Highly encourage you to go check Nate Jackson out. He was so good. Long story short, Katie accidentally bought a night we couldn't go or that we thought we were going to be able to go for a comedy show because I wanted to sit in the roast zone. I was like, let's get roasted. And she's like, oh, I can only get just regular tickets because he kept selling out. He kept adding shows. So she got in the roast zone, but it was like all purchases are final. She's like, what are we going to do with this next night tickets? I was like, he does crowd work. We'll just go both nights. It'll be a totally different show. And it was. There was one joke that was overlapped between the two nights. That was it.
That's awesome.
So like 20 seconds of comedy. Otherwise, you got two completely different shows. And it was cool because we got to see him. We met him after the second show, the second night, because he stayed and like you could go up and meet him and like, talk to him and stuff. And we did, and we were like, hey, we came both nights. And he's like, damn, that's awesome. And like we told him the story, and he goes, damn, so shit, outside of like 2 minutes, you got like two completely different shows. I was like 100%. It was amazing. It was totally worth it. He was fantastic. I love him. I'd go see him again in a heartbeat because his shit's never the same.
Right.
Fantastic. Absolutely.
I agree with this too. I don't think he's very
Matt
funny.
Rife is funny.
No.
He's got some funny stuff.
I'm
a big Nate Jackson fan though. Like I highly recommend anybody that is looking for like not a newer comic. He's been around for a long time. He's got very popular of recent. He's hysterical. He's so funny. Highly recommend. He's a good one. Highly recommend. Now I want to go to a comedy show, Juice. You got me all juiced up about this.
I haven't been to one in a while. I've taken in a lot of specials over the course of the last a couple months, but not like I haven't been to a show in a while.
Yeah, that Monday one was the last one I went to. That was probably 3 weeks ago, maybe. Sounds about right. Probably about 3 weeks
They're
ago.
fun, especially too. Like for you too, you can go to improv to watch them do improv all the time too. You're not too far from that.
No, not at all.
That's fun too, just to watch some of the guys who are just local.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff ends up being really funny.
Yeah, we also went to what's the place above the pizza place? You know what I'm talking about? In River North. I got this Katie know. She's getting a text message.
Oh, come on. That's how do you miss that?
Come on. And there's ball. He rung up. Who did he ring up earlier on a pitch that was 4 inches lower than that one?
That's full ball in the strike zone.
That's egregious. Give me the robots right now.
Ricky, I haven't watched the new South Park special yet. I will though.
Joey says Kill Tony and Michael Bousney are probably his newer favorite ones.
Those are two good ones.
Crowd work?
Of course, now he walks him.
That's such garbage. That's a strikeout.
Just so you should be out of this inning.
Yeah, but he wasn't even close on ball 4. Yeah, but still should have been a strike. Give me the robots. Give me the robots.
Young pitcher too. Hard to keep like your patience when you don't get a call like that.
Not as composed.
Although I think Porter Hodge, regardless of this outcome right here, should get more chances like this.
Some high leverage opportunities. I support that. He's been really good. You got to find out if any of these. You got to find out if any of these kids are worth the shit. Like
you do, and
the shot.
And he's got a great arm. He's got the stuff.
And he's a top 30 prospect. People forget.
Yeah.
Like he's good. Give him a shot. Oh, come on.
This is his Achilles heel. He just has to throw more strikes.
Yeah.
Seems like it's all the bullpen guys. We talked about this on Cubs on Tap. He's close to the circle of trust, just not in it yet.
Joey says Hodge is entering babysitter mode.
This bullpen's just a nightmare, though. It was so bad.
I think Craig has slowly moved him into more important spots. I think he's referring to Hodge. Yeah, a little bit, but this is stressful.
You think Craig gets tired of just like
being on the fucking phone?
Like, who do I have on here again?
Yeah. I'm sure he does. That's the thing is like the people that were like calling for Craig's head, it's like, how are you going to get mad at Craig? It's the same problems that Ross went through last year. It's the roster. Mm-hmm. It's not the freaking manager. Now that you've seen that transpired, Juice, spicy question for you. Do you think they would have been okay keeping?
Oh yeah, get Kyle Hendricks up. Yeah, that's great.
About keeping Ross. Do you think they would have been fine keeping Ross? Or do you think Craig actually still makes the difference?
I think in the long run, Craig makes the difference.
Okay.
When you just have an opportunity to bring in a manager like that, you just do it. You know what I mean? That's But I mean,
Rick
really doesn't.
Agrees. He says Ross needed to go. Craig was a clear upgrade. Matthew said a little bit earlier, tried to bring up Horton and move Brown to closer. Unfortunately, Horton's hurt. Horton's shut down. That went kind of under the radar. Can we talk about that piece of news? Yeah. Very much flew under the radar within like the Cubs fan base. Horton shut down for 3 to 4 weeks. Like he's not even throwing for 3 to 4 weeks. Oh boy.
This is my pet peeve. Like challenge
not hitting the strike zone, trying to throw away from guys.
Yeah,
you throw 99, dude. Throw one right down the pipe and make them hit it. Challenge. Yeah.
There you go.
Agree. That's a good pitch. That is.
They upgraded the manager. I just wish they upgraded the roster just a tad bit more. But I mean,
all right.
I don't know. They're gonna have. This is the other thing too. Like we're sitting here sulking. We want them to be in the playoffs this year, but they're gonna have like so much financial flexibility over the course of the next couple of years that like you just hope that you've been able to go out there and here comes just throw him the fastball. If he hits it, he hits it. Honestly, just throw it right down the middle. Of course, my TV pauses.
Oh my God.
You walk him?
Yep, walked in a run.
I hate that. Like, you can't have it.
Yeah, well, and I think, too, it also just is annoying with the missed fucking strike call that would have ended the inning.
Yep. But now you're down 2.
Yeah. Joey's got a fun comment here. He says, heard us talk about it earlier. He thinks really real chance to get called up is Michael Arias. Seemed like they streamlined him to reliever this year, and now is at Iowa.
I loved him like a couple years ago. Remember, we were
you were a big
when
Arias
he was in
guy.
South Bend.
Big Arias guy. Yeah, like Joey said, looked nasty at South Bend. Yeah, you had the first look at it. So I mean, you saw it every day.
And here comes Kyle Hendricks to give up a home run and make this 10-4.
Makes my stomach hurt.
But I mean, Craig doesn't have.
I know he doesn't have a lot of options.
I'll be right back, Ronald.
All right, you do that. I'll hold down the fourth. Rickus, you like Arias too? Yeah, I mean he's a guy that is certainly intriguing. I mean they would have to, or no, I'm sorry, they wouldn't have to add him to the 40-man. He's already on the 40-man. That's probably why he got accelerated. It's because he's already on the 40-man roster. But he's only 22. I mean he's pitched at 2 levels this year. He pitched at Double-A, 16 games, no starts. He hasn't been a starter at all this year. He started 22 games a year ago, but hasn't been a starter at all this year. 3.75 ERA with Double-A, 24 innings of work, 26 strikeouts, 12 walks. And then in Iowa so far, he's kind of gotten hit around a little bit. 2 games, 6.75 ERA. He's given up 1 earned run and 1 1/3, but 2 walks and a lone strikeout. Just not enough body of work really to know what he is at AAA right now. So we'll have to wait and see. Darren asks, when does Hendricks qualify for 10-year tenure? That's a 10-year tenure. Try saying that 10 times fast. That's a good question. Let me see if I can go and find that for you, and we'll talk about it. It should be soon, though. It should be super soon. He might have actually already crossed it. I'm not even entirely sure. Donde está? He's making a fuck ton of money this year. There he is. He is at 9.081 years of service time. So that makes it. Oh, I don't even know what that makes it. When did he debut? I need a Kyle Hendricks debut date. Kyle Hendricks debut. I know it was in 2014. It was July 10th of 2014. So he needs to get to July 10th. Yeah. About a month. He's close. He's getting damn close. Already? You might be a little ahead of me, Rickus. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, blow it wide open. More runs the score. Yay. Yay. 8-4. This is so exciting. Well, apparently the curse of the watch along still exists. So maybe we'll have to skip a week. I don't know. That's what it's starting to feel like. Unfortunately here. It really, really starting to feel that way. Hey, buddy. Hendricks gave up more stuff. What are you eating?
Little Caesar.
Ooh, love that. Yeah, it's 8-4 now, Juice, in case you didn't see. Hendricks. We were talking about Hendricks' service time. July 10th is his 10-year. His 10-year tenure, as Darren said a little bit earlier. Also, Juice, I think we have to skip a week next week with watch-alongs because this isn't going well again. We need to test the theory. If they suck again next week, then it's just the team. It's not on us. But we might have to skip a week as a case study and see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll just have to. Rickus says no, don't skip. But like, if it's for the good of the team, but it's for the good of the realm. Oh, this is so bad. It's so bad. Looks like it might just be you and me, Juice. Everybody else has abandoned us. Joey has abandoned us for the comment section. Is that your pre-dinner Juice with the little Caesar?
Yeah, the ladies over there making pizzas.
Ooh.
We're doing that. Make your own. You ever do that?
I have to make your own. It's a good time. A lot of fun.
Get the oven really hot.
Yeah. It's good stuff. I have yet to truly eat dinner. That little piece of quesadilla you saw me eat was the only thing I've eaten all day or all night. But I made that because Katie and I went to a barbecue restaurant yesterday that just recently opened around here. Oh, we got him! Holy shit! Wow!
But the damage is done.
Yeah, the damage is done. It's not great, Bob. But we Joey asked if he just got home. If he jumps on, do you think they'll start winning? Do you think they'll start winning, Juice, if he jumps on?
I hope they do. Jump on.
I think it's worth testing. Get your ass in here, Joey. It's worth testing. It's worth the case study.
Yeah, we definitely need a break from watch alongs. We're just not good at it.
we're just not good at willing them to victory is more so what it is. The conversation's electric. I mean, just
Ricky is right. Joey, they can't start losing.
Yeah. Would they start winning? Maybe. Worth a try. They're already losing. Yeah, it's been rough in these parts with these the watch alongs. They're fun, but just hasn't been good luck for us. Looking at 1-5 right now, unless there's another comeback for this team.
I really wish it'd be 0-6.
5 games. No, don't do that, Joey. Keep your pants on.
Yeah, please.
It's a joke. It's a joke. He's referencing the game or the episode that he decided to tell me at the end of the show he did the entire show in his boxers.
He's something else, that guy.
Joey's Joey. That's the only way I can describe it, is Joey's Joey. The comedic works of Joey Ricotta. That's just what it is. What happened?
Watching her put salad in my bowl.
More salad? Hell yeah. Joey is a pants off and on kind of guy. I don't know. You'll have to ask him.
She may stab me on the stream right now. She has a look of disgust.
Oh, that's not.
She walks over and says, "I'm not your salad girl."
You're just crushing more salad. Joey, let's go, Joey. Joey.
I love a good Caesar. I'm not gonna lie.
I haven't had a Caesar salad in forever. To be brutally honest with you, I couldn't tell you the last time we've had a Caesar salad. See, you know what makes the watch-alongs fun though is like we feel like baseball broadcasters where you can talk about whatever throughout the course of the game. Like we could add the element of something happening in the game to this conversation. You know, it really wouldn't be that hard. Ball wind up in the pitch. Bellinger swings through it. Count 1-1. Right, Juice? And then we just keep going, talking about how great Caesar salad is.
If we were in the White Sox organization, they'd say there's something wrong with this.
Of course. Wait, why would they say this? Oh.
That's why Jason Benetti said that on 670 The Score. That they hated that he would try things on Mike.
Even though that was like a fantastic bit to advertise the food at the stadium. To get people to the ballpark. Jerry doesn't want your money. Jerry just wants to be eternally miserable.
It's a good salad, though.
Rick said when you said Little Caesar, I thought you were talking about the pizza. And now Darren says he can eat a Little Caesars right about now, too. And then Rick says, yeah, Pat and Ron used to be good at filling dead time with awesome small talk. They still are. They're hysterical. My favorite thing is the cackling in the background. I don't know if it's Zach Zaidman or if it's Paul Zerang, but that is my favorite part of the broadcast is when Pat or Ron cracks a joke and you just hear the cackling off the microphone. It was my favorite part of listening to the radio. Like their whole broadcast team is just so good. It's so fun. Like they put together such a good broadcast, even when the teams get their shit whipped. Oh, and Bellinger will ground out. That's a 3. Ground out the 3. How far did it travel? Keys of the game brought to you by Elgin Hyundai. 415 feet from Christopher Morel.
This may be the first time ever in my life that I've eaten something in front of myself. So you start to realize, like,
how disgusting you look when you eat.
Yeah.
I know. I try not to eat on camera because I feel the same way. It's like, woof. I don't like this. I want no part of this. Ricky says Ron is dead. Rip. Which Ron? Me? Oh, Santo. It's funny that they go from Pat and Ron to Pat and Ron with Santo and then Coomer.
Saved on a lot of ink.
It's saved on a lot of ink.
No, that's good. Got to remember too, Ron. We're an hour ahead of you. 9:26 is late for dinner.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, it's 8:26 and I haven't eaten yet either, so I'm starting to approach your territory. What time did you guys eat stray dog though? What'd you have for the stray dog? That's what
I had the Italian beef over that way. It was good. It was good.
Delicious. What did Megan have? Bless
Megan had tacos.
Ooh.
She had
just like OG tacos or
veggie tacos.
Veggie
avocado.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's vegetarian.
Okay. I like a good just veggie certain things every once in a while. I'm a big veggie guy. I'll crush some veggie.
Which is even funnier to sit here because I like pepperoni on my pizza, and she's about to unload pepperonis on my pizza, and she doesn't like to touch like raw meat.
Pepperoni. Oh, but it's not raw. It's pepperoni.
It's meat though. She doesn't eat meat.
I know. She doesn't even like the touch of meat.
No.
There's a joke to be made there that I'll keep myself.
No, I know.
That's a joke to be made. I'll keep myself. Darren says when he was a kid, he enjoyed Harry Carey's 8th inning, 6 beers in and a blowout. And then Rickus says, yeah, he's in Indiana too. Yeah,
Indiana.
Do you think they can get one back? This happened. Nearly fouls one off the catcher's nutsack.
No. This is going to end 8-4.
Ugh. They get back to 500 and then they fall behind 500. And then they're going to try to crawl back and they're not going to do it. And then it's just going to be like, what the fuck?
They're desperate. They need just 10 in a row. They just win 10 in a row.
They really
Wouldn't that
do.
be great? Then you can start doing this bullshit.
Yeah, then you can have weird up and down 500 stretches. Like, that's fine. Just get above 500. Darren says he's not a vegetarian, but the cattle he consumes are. That's funny.
I still eat meat.
I also still eat meat. The White Sox are actively seeking packages for Luis Robert Jr. for John Heyman. Would you like Luis Robert Jr. on the Cubs? I would.
Not more.
Yeah.
More what?
Pepperonis.
Okay.
And a little bit more crushed red pepper. Please.
All the crushed red pepper. Just dump it. Just take the lid off and dump it.
Oh, you put it on the bottom?
That's the way to do it.
Oh.
This is the insights people get to
Sorry.
the Cubs on Tap gang. No, it's fine. These are the insights.
This is very important. Maybe a little Italian seasoning too. Oh, okay. I didn't know. And she gets caught on camera.
Oh, I didn't see her.
Or on Mike. Did you hear it say it's in there?
Oh, yeah. What do you want more of? Pepperoni. And some crushed red pepper.
Where's Luis Robert going?
Nowhere. They are just actively seeking packages per John Heyman. I said I would like to see Luis Robert Jr. in a Cubs uniform. You want to talk about slug? That's your slug. He's got, 5 homers in 9 games this year because he missed so much time with injury?
Somebody else is going to get him.
Oh, I know. It's gonna be like the Phillies or some shit like that,
Which would be great. That's going to be a really fun lineup.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy. He's gonna
And they
hit
haven't played the Phillies yet at all.
No, nope. They get him the week of the 4th though.
Yeah, they do.
They get him the 3 days. The 3 days leading up to a 4-game set with the Angels. It starts on the 4th.
Hopefully, he's not traded there yet.
Yeah, wait till after the deadline. Even though they play the Phillies in September, Hap strikes out. Yeah. Joey said F us. I agree, Rick. He just said he was going to hop on and then just dip. Juice is waiting on his pizza.
You got
Wild Juice looking over for the pizza.
The juice.
The insights of Juice asking about his pizza. Oh, baby. Yeah, show that shit for the camera.
See, we need it for the camera.
We don't need
Come on. We need for the camera.
That looks
More.
good.
More. See?
Moss. Ooh, that looks fire.
See? How hot did you get the oven?
Is that some fresh boots?
No.
Is that fresh?
525 and a little bit of olive oil on that. You're good.
Is that fresh boots?
Yeah.
That looks uncooked because it is uncooked. It's going into the oven. now.
Yeah. No, it hasn't gone in the oven yet.
Yeah. It's now just going in the oven. Is that the fresh boots?
Oh, yeah.
Juice?
Oh, yeah.
The fresh boots?
Only the best.
The gabagool boots? That's the best. Nice
Only the
pie.
best.
I know. Now you're making me want pizza. This is bullshit.
You live in like the best place to order pizza.
I know.
You literally have like so many places around you.
We had the hot honey and sopressata pizza.
The chopped garlic.
Oh, Juice is a chopped garlic on pizza kind of guy?
Yeah, I don't mind it when I make it at home.
Okay. I dig that. That sounds kind of good. Now I'm hungry. So the only problem with these is they always cut into dinner time, but I don't eat till like 9 o'clock.
It's in the drawer. You gotta, yeah. Is it there? Yep.
This would be the most epic time possible for Joey to enter the chat as Juice is talking about a pizza.
Real quick, the chat says it's undercooked.
It's perfect. It's God created it just at the right time.
What happened? What did I miss? What did I hear? What did I not hear?
I literally said, I was like, as Juice is sitting here talking to Megan about like how he wants his pizza made, I was like, Joey's gonna jump in at the perfect time. And literally as soon as I said that, you popped up in the thing, and I was like, this is amazing.
It's like you guys knew I used to work at a pizza place for like 12 years.
Is that an Arby's or a Burger King cup? And there's a right answer.
I had Arby's tonight.
Oh, come on. You mean Arby's?
Arby's isn't bad, man. I like their curly fries. I like the Reubens.
How much do you hate your life to eat at Arby's?
Curly fry is the
A
most
lot.
overrated fry that exists.
No. Culver's fries though are the shit. I will say.
I do like a good Culver's French
And
fry.
those are not curly fries, but I do like Arby's fries. Kind of addicted.
Dude, I haven't had Arby's in
You can
ages.
buy them in the bag at the grocery store.
Can you? I didn't even know that.
I thought you could.
Yeah, you
still.
can.
Oh
You can.
shit.
The curly fries, you can. You 100%.
Also,
can.
Checkers fries better than Arby's fries.
Oh, I love
Seasoned
Checkers
fries wise.
I don't think I've had Checkers fries.
What? You can get those at the grocery store too in the frozen section. Go get them. They're delicious.
Do you guys have air fryers?
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, that's an investment I need to make. Actually, I think I might put that on the registry if we can do it.
There you go. Good idea.
How much do they cost?
Yeah.
Though?
Oh, I don't know. Katie had one. She loves it. We use
Not
it
terrible,
all the
They're
time.
not
I
that
still
expensive.
No, they're really not. You can get a decent one for probably what, $80?
I just don't want to put something on there that's like, oh,
Maybe
yeah.
$100.
pay.
Oh,
like
really?
$500.
Yeah,
No,
you
they're
can get them for
not
like $50.
$5.
Yeah,
It's not going
They're
to be
not
great, but
Yeah, if you want a decent one, it's still under $100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting it on there then.
Yeah, Ricka says you can get one for like $25-$30. He
Right
said,
now-
yeah, it's 2024. Everyone has an air.
yeah.
I know, dude. I'm like in the Stone Age. I'm sorry. we've thought about getting it so many times though too, and I haven't actually like looked hard enough into it.
Yo, here, I'm gonna answer this question for Darren though. No, they're not. You literally clean like the tray of it, and that's
Yeah, they're really not bad.
And that's it.
They're really,
This is such a weird like cam.
What are you doing? Are you standing? Are you on a bar stool?
No, it's because you got it all zoomed in, man. Oh, I am on a bar stool actually. I took my pants off too, and then put pants on.
Well, we're glad you had pants on this time.
Well, it's shorts, but same thing. What's going on tonight? Well, I heard something about like you guys being carnivores or something.
No, my girlfriend's vegetarian, so she's.
What do you mean?
Pizza.
She don't eat no meat?
Yes, she. We need that clipped.
You've obviously you've seen a Big Fat Greek Wedding, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what like a classic.
Yeah.
My sisters like randomly quote that shit all the time.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Me either. That'd be fun to go back and watch though.
And now we're 3 outs from hopefully this game being over.
Just get this shit over with, man. It's so I don't even know why we play the Reds as often as we do this month. I mean, I do know why, but it's like I feel like sometimes they just have trouble with certain teams that they just like for whatever reason. There's like certain teams every year that they just have trouble with, and right now it feels like the Reds. Like, what did they lose 2 out of 3 at home, and then now dropping this first game, like. I thought this would be especially with the bats, man. If they put up 4 runs, I know it's Great American Small Park, but like you start to feel better about it. Something happened. She just dropped the pizza.
No, she's just funny to watch. She's just really funny. We should really just watch her make pizzas. That's way more interesting than us talking.
What is she doing?
Well, she's putting together her pizza now, which I don't know why she needs to be that gentle with the cheese. She's placing the cheese like it's an egg and she could break it.
Tell her you can do like
strategic.
the hover method. Like you barely touch it. There's actual science to it. Like you just like go like this. That's all you got to do, but spread it and you do a circle. And you put it all in the middle, and then do like the.
No. We're not. I got fresh mozz.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Fresh boots, yeah. The pieces of the fresh boots. I understand what you're saying, though, Joey. You like with like shredded cheese. You do
that's what I was thinking. You had was like shredded cheese. Fresh mott's completely different.
Real quick though, we need this question answered, babe. What is on your pizza? Ricky wants or says which is what? Grass and just seeds. You put just grass and seeds on your pizza? She says she puts both, obviously.
Grass and
that one got a good laugh.
Hey, which nursery? Did she have like a certain nursery she goes to, or
do you have a certain? It's questions with Megan. Do you have a certain nursery that you go to?
No, I typically just pick whatever's in the
Ooh,
yard.
I'm drinking.
She usually just picks. She says she picks whatever's in the yard.
Oh, okay. There you go. So it's fresh if it's coming from
including
your
the mushrooms.
Including the mushrooms. Yes.
Those wasn't no.
What are you gonna say?
Never mind. Something about mushrooms.
We got one in the oven now.
We do.
Make sure you watch it.
There.
It's that hot. It's quick.
Little red wine tonight.
Those wasn't no goddamn mashed potatoes.
What did you just say in lines from the movies?
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
I've been on
he's
like
been in a movie binge, dude, with the Mr. Deeds. Very, very sneaky.
Ever since his Mr. Deeds GIF, he's just in movies now.
Movie.
Actually, we should have Joey.
Movie Joey.
We should have Joey talk in movies. He would be much smarter.
No, we should not. We should actually probably, yeah, because I can only I can't form my own opinion half the time, unless it's to do with baseball.
What about Tree Fitty?
By the way,
Got a base runner.
Hey!
oh wow, Nico
Are you
Horner
even
actually
watching, Joey?
fucking walked. Yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah.
I got my phone here. He
I think
actually walked, dude. All right. Thank you for this.
Yeah, teed you up here because I know you got thoughts.
Yeah,
I have
with
thoughts
the
about
whole
Nico Horner.
thing.
Yeah.
Say it, baby.
I fucking cannot. I get so frustrated the last week or two because I feel like this dude I know he's not one of your worst hitters, obviously, but he's also not one of your best because he hits for average. This dude does not lay off anything, man. He would be so good if he had an ounce of patience at all. If he had just a little sliver of patience, he bounced like 4 balls into the dirt the other night. That one guy doing that thing with the other guy.
I'm sorry. That deserved like immediate post up to
Scott. But it's true. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to movies anyways.
that one
right.
guy doing that thing and the other guy doing that other thing from the movie.
Fucking Scott. All right.
Oh, Scott.
Nico. I just wish he had any patience at all, man. I just don't understand. He's such a good hitter that it's like he thinks he can make contact with everything, and he does, but he grounds the ball out all the time or just has weak contact a lot because of it. And it's like, man, you know how many times this dude should have walked? Every ground ball he hit the other night was either out of the zone or low and just barely on the edge. And they weren't even 2 strike counts. He had 1 ball, no strike counts, first pitch of the at bat. It's like, dude, I just get frustrated watching him sometimes. It's like, he's so much better than what he is.
Meanwhile,
And
Dansby just gets straight folded.
Dansby's just, what is he in? 2 strikes already? Did he just strike out again?
Yeah. And folded.
Oh, that's
a chair.
That's a sword. Jumbo? Is this Jumbo?
No, it's Alexis.
I'm just playing. Jumbo Diaz, man. That dude was fucking.
I remember Jumbo Diaz.
Jumbo Diaz gave up a 3-run homer to Addison Russell on opening day at Wrigley Field. Not actual opening day in 2016. I was there.
That would have been a great game to be at. I bet that was a blast.
It was my very first opening day, and ever since then, I've been at every single one.
You have to after that. Fuck yeah.
I think we're undefeated on opening days as a group. 2022, 23, and 24. They've won all of them.
Also, I want to thank
already
Pete
been
Crow
to 3
Armstrong.
opening days.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I want to thank Pete Crow Armstrong for hitting in Iowa and then deciding not to hit when he comes up here.
Yeah.
I would like to.
Not wrong.
I would like to see Canario get another shot here soon.
Scott says Swanson to the 10-day call up Owen Casey. I'd love to see
Owen Casey, but man, Canario didn't even hit that bad when he was here. He's he had good numbers. He just didn't have a spot.
Yeah. They just balk? Or they just let Nico do whatever the fuck he wants?
Oh, was
Did you see that?
Yeah, what was that, dude? He just
He
walked.
stole third and then got halfway down the home baseline.
They were just okay, yeah.
Just gonna give him the run? I mean, that's totally fine if that's how you feel.
I think
We'll
they just
take the run.
They just don't give a shit at this
They
point.
don't give a rat's ass.
It's like, oh yeah, that one run's not going to do anything. 9th inning, 2 outs. Dude, how did we're pretty neck and neck now again. Seiya with the bomb, and then you got another one tonight, and we're still tied.
Yeah, you guys both are at 13, man.
That's
Juice, be thankful for Mrs.
And you picked
He's
Seiya.
drinking wine out of the bottle and eating Mrs. Mike's potato chips.
Yeah, she's great. No, She's
Got the
literally
hookup.
timing a minute because I told her to put the pizza in for one more minute. So she's holding up the
Your
like
timer.
a timer. Like you're at 30 seconds.
Oh man,
Got it down to a T.
down to a T. That's the ball game, boys.
You can pull it.
Cubbies lose.
Well, and Juice's pizza's ready.
When the pizza's done, so are the Cubs.
Yep. God damn it.
Joey, we were talking about we might have to take a week off from watch-alongs because we are 1-5
sign
now.
Yeah, why are we so awful? Why are we bad luck?
It's because it's this.
I wasn't even here.
I was in the pool. I was in the pool.
Your mama's on my lips. No, how's it go? My mama's
We're
on your
talking about-
lips.
Dude, what are you rapping Eminem now?
Oh yeah, that's what I thought we were talking about.
I was in the pools from Seinfeld.
I don't know. It just sounded kind of similar.
That one guy from that one thing from that thing in that movie.
Good Scott. Yeah, this sucks. I just wish they would just go on a roll, man. Like, how do you honestly, like, I felt after that Sox series, I still didn't feel great about it too either because they just barely beat those guys. Like, you shouldn't have had to come back against the Sox. Like, yeah, that's the one thing we can be thankful for is like the Sox bullpen is worse than the Cubs bullpen.
It's fucking atrocious.
And
Like
Box.
their
We
bullpen's
love
terrible.
Box.
Yeah, box.
Yeah,
And if it's not them, it's Hector Neris.
Nervous Nares, baby. Nervous Nares.
Well, who's tomorrow? Let's just preview tomorrow. for 5 minutes.
Justin pitches tomorrow for the boys, and it's not Abbott, it's not Montez because they go Lodolo's tomorrow.
That's gonna be tough.
The other guy we couldn't hit when he was everything.
Yeah, Lodolo tomorrow, Abbott on Saturday, Montez on Sunday.
Fun.
Yeah, sounds great, guys. See you tomorrow.
With Steele, Brown, and Shota for the Cubbies.
Well, at least we got some good pitching on our side, but
Yeah.
Well, no, because
see if it matters.
Steele didn't look too good against them last. Well, the mound was shitty.
The mound was shitty and the
shitty.
rain was
Rain was
atrocious.
dude, I feel like every game he's pitched, he really has had some weird, like something.
His whole season's been weird.
Yeah,
It really has.
Pitched
Ricketts
like 5 innings.
to
gets
break
hurt.
the curse.
maybe on a Steel start we have to.
Yeah, maybe.
No one else
Well.
is volunteering though because you guys want Friday off.
Huh?
I don't know. You guys want to do a live stream for real?
What, tomorrow? I don't think.
What time's the game?
6:10
I'm not
again.
live- I'm not live streaming tomorrow. They're gonna lose again if we get on this mic.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think it's a we thing. I don't think it's a. I think
we
it's a
all-
lot of things, but
This is what we got to do, boys, and make this clippable. We gotta leave tonight's stream, everybody who was in it, and look in the mirror and say how bad you want it, and we just got to be better next time that we get in the stream because we're not good enough right now.
we just gotta be better.
just look at
We
yourself.
got to be better.
Gotta be better.
As Craig Counsell says to Victor Carapazza the other night, last night, be better. We got to be better.
Do your job.
For the love of God and all that's holy, put some pants on, Joe.
Listen, I just couldn't help myself. I like nice breeze. I like the crisp air that's in my house, even though
I'm just glad that his arms are down because he's got pit stains on that white tee.
do I? It was hot as hell today. Let's look.
No, there's none. I don't see any.
I don't know. It was hot as fuck today, though.
Oh. All right, boys.
To me, it was a little windy.
This is Cubs on Tap signing off from yet another. Well, we should be 0-6.
We should be 0-6, but we're 1-5.
I think
We're
the
1-5.
key is you have to have.
Full participation from Joey.
No, we need all 5.
It was 0-0 when you were in the stream.
It's true.
So that is,
And the
yeah,
Cubs got a runner to third.
that's at least
did.
progress. Yeah, they let him get to third too. Maybe
Improve.
I'll just have to get on next week. If we do Thursday, I could probably get on.
We'll have to see.
Do play next Thursday?
They do play, but that's a series under, so we'll have a show afterwards.
Oh, and that's probably during the day too. Never mind.
Yeah, they play at 5:50. It's an early game because they're in Tampa.
I hate the super early games, man. Well, 5:50 is not that bad. I hate the day games when I'm like during the week.
Well, yeah, most people do.
I got pizza to eat, so I'm getting the hell
All
out.
right, gentlemen.
Oh yeah, get that fresh.
Everybody knows
pot.
the drill. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button on the YouTube, on Tab Sportsnet. Get all your good stuff. Follow us. You know where to follow us by now. We've all done this drill before.
I'll go South
Have a
Park.
great weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you guys on Sunday.
Get in the pool.
Fuck
See
the
you guys.
Cardinals. Fuck the Brewers. Fuck the Reds. Let's go Cubbies, baby.